T. McCluskey presents Arcade Talk Live Stream. Welcome to Arcade Wars.
Welcome, everybody. Hope you like that new intro I just made up this week. Welcome, everybody. Another Arcade Talk. And it's another Thursday. Almost one more day till the weekend is upon us. So hopefully everybody's having a great week. Let's pop in somebody who just came backstage. Papa Brad.
Hey, what's happening, man? What's happening?
You got in here just seconds.
Man, seconds before the bill. I literally just got home. So glad to be here, though. Man, that intro, that new intro was nice. I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Like that freeze frame?
Yeah, I do. I like that music. The music is fire.
Yeah, I really like that music too. Yeah, it took a little bit to get that, man, but I got it together yesterday, I think. I sent you the last copy.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's awesome.
So it's coming, man. I've been talking about it for weeks about doing a new intro.
I know, a new intro.
Kind of blended everything together. What I already had. You know, most of that stuff is like clips I already had, but except for our freeze frames.
Awesome.
Who we got in here in the chat tonight? Got Hobby Hands, High Scores on Tap, Carl O, Goofy Foot, Common Sense, Papa Brad's in here. Bad Guy Mike Worley. Welcome, guys. Common Sense. Welcome, guys. 32-Bit Arcade and Dan Z. Welcome, guys.
Yeah, we got high scores on tap.
Yep.
Awesome.
He is out there. So
Brooklyn Menace just popped in. Welcome to the show, Brooklyn Menace.
Welcome, Brooklyn. There he is down there. What's up, fellas? There you guys are. I forgot to put these. Got to talk about the Atari 2600 Plus. No, not tonight. Maybe next week we'll do Atari.
Yeah, we can talk about that. I ordered it. I have one coming. I put my money down. I ordered it. Yeah, I'm 100% into that. I think it's I can't wait that you get it and check it out. And
hello.
I have hundreds of Atari cartridges, so I'm going to do a very good review of it because I'm real familiar with Atari.
Yep.
And
who's bringing that out?
Actually, Atari. And the best thing is, it's not just a 2600, but it's a 7800, which is a more expensive system to buy, and definitely more rare. Right. So you get the 7800, which has a small library. Like you could collect all of the 7800 games because it's not that many. Where the 2600 has a huge library. 7800 library is really not that big. And the funny part is, get this, T, I have 7800 cartridges I've never even played.
Really?
Because when I buy lots of Atari cartridges, a lot of times there's like a 7800 cartridge in there. So I have to go through my carts and find out how many games I have. But I probably have like 3 or 4 games at least that are 7800 games that have never been tested. So I might get as many as 4 games that I already have to play on that new machine.
And I guess this is it. Get 15% off your first order. This is Atari.com. Introducing the Atari 2600. Pre-order now. I didn't know this was happening.
See, and Atari did what Arcade 1-Up didn't do right. Arcade 1-Up didn't hit any nostalgia with that Atari 50th cab. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really pull any nostalgia strings. But this bad boy is just a slightly smaller classic Atari wood grain 2600. Like the way the form factor they went with, they could not have done more respect to like the original Atari as far as the way it looks. The Atari logo lights up and glows when you turn it on.
Does it really?
That's yes. Pretty cool. And I mean, like Atari people worship the wood grain. You know what I'm saying? It's got the wood grain. It's just a little bit smaller than a real Atari. I think it's 80% size. So it actually is just a tiny bit smaller, but it's not a mini. I think they did a good job because I don't think a mini would have been the way to go. I don't like those micro carts. I want it to be close to size. And you do get 10 games. And out of the 10 games, you get a few bangers. I mean, you get Missile Command, Yar's Revenge, and Haunted House. And if you love Atari,
Haunted House?
If you love classic Atari, there's some really good games on there. You get Dodge 'em, which Escape from Popo was based on. But Dodge 'em's fun. It's an Atari game. So you have the 2 cars that are facing each other. You get Maze Craze. Scroll up a little bit. It shows the games with the background.
These ones?
Yeah, of course you get the most common cart. Like literally, I call them coasters because every time I buy the Atari package, it has it. You get Combat. And Combat holds up. Like my grandkids, they'll come over and they'll play Combat for a while, just because you got the planes, you got the tanks.
Yep.
I think this is a nice package. I mean, if you look at what you get, the pricing was right. I mean, it's very affordable. I mean, what was it like? $125?
129, 130.
Yeah. And I missed the code. I was so excited. I was like, I put my money down immediately after I read about it, and then I looked at the list of how many games they had working. I decided to jump in. I'm a huge Atari nerd. Like I have a massive real cart collection. So like this could not have been more made for someone like me. This is exactly the kind of thing I want to check out.
I'm surprised after all this time. I'm surprised they should have came out with their own 50th arcade cabinet instead of having Arcade 1-Up do it. You would think. So I wonder with the money they made off of Arcade 1-Up, money they made off of AtGames. I wonder if that gave them the money to do this. What do you think? Because I mean, it's doing it after AtGames and Arcade 1-Up came out with their stuff. It's almost like they got some money in there and they're like, okay, let's do this.
Hold on one second. You know, I'm Atari. Like, I'm literally at hand's reach.
There it is.
At hand's reach, I have the Retron 77. And this bad boy, this was really the first emulation kind of Atari box. And
Yeah, sure
I like
does,
it. I like it. It's pretty cool, but I think this new one's going to bring it to a little bit higher level. I'm excited for it. So I can't wait to try it. And I'm going to be brutally honest. Like, I know these games cold. Like, I play Atari games all the time. So I'm going to be honest with my review. If anything is off, I'm going to be calling it out.
Yeah, they shouldn't be off. They should be using the original ROMs, I hope. Right? Hope
it is emulation, just like the Retron, but that's not bad because Atari's not hard to emulate. But it is using like a rock chip. So I mean, I'm sure as long as they do the emulation right, it's going to be awesome. And if it's not, I'll definitely let people know because I'm totally on board.
Okay, so you get the Atari 26 Plus game system, joystick, 10-in-1 game cartridge, HDMI cable, and USB-C power cable, and fun. Fun comes in there.
The biggest thing you get is built-in compatibility with HDMI for your Atari.
Yeah.
Because Atari, this is very old technology. You go to your cable, like I connected to the cable connection on a television. And I have a lot of classic Ataris still. I still have I have actually a Japanese Atari called an Atari 2800. And that is my primary Atari console now. It's replaced all my other ones. But Atari is fun to collect. It's cheap to collect. You can buy carts. Carts are not expensive. There's only a few carts that are expensive. And to be honest, it's an inexpensive system to collect for. And the good thing about Atari, all the best games, the very best games, are dirt cheap because they made a gazillion of them. Missile Command, Asteroids, Berserk, Combat, Haunted House, Adventure, all these classic Atari carts, they're not expensive to buy. Even Pitfall's not that expensive.
No. Now, can you put your old cartridges in this thing?
Yes. It's basically you'll put a cartridge in there and it's going to work. But it will be emulation. It's going to pull somehow it's going to pull a ROM and emulate it. You can't put your physical cartridges in there to play the games though.
Yeah, Goofyfoot says, besides having a 2600, several Atari flashbacks, and a ton of carts, why should I pick this up? Well, you have HDMI.
No, I'm going to tell you the one reason to pick this up. It's got the 7800, and it opens up all the 7800 games, which are
that's
great.
True too. Yep.
I mean, if you just go price a 7800, and these things are pieces of junk. A lot of them are really beat up and really messed up when you get them. I mean, and go look at what they go for on eBay, and then you tell me this is a no-brainer. Like for me as an Atari fan, someone that collects this stuff for a long time, this was an absolute no-brainer. I was like, no matter what, I have to check this out because this piqued my interest.
This is cool too. So
it's got all the switches. Cool. I think it has all the switches. Yeah. It has the switches in the back for the difficulty. I mean, this is how you pay respect to nostalgia.
Black and white. You could switch from black and white color.
Atari did what Arcade 1-Up could not do. Like they totally messed it up with the nostalgia with the Atari 50th cab, and Atari totally got it right. Like this is for an Atari fan like myself. This is something that I'm super interested in. All my original joysticks and stuff will work. It's 100% compatible, and we'll see. My biggest fear is like from this bad boy. The biggest problem they have with the Retron. It was the paddle. Like, how do you get that analog paddle? And we'll see if they can. Now they're actually coming with a paddle. They're releasing a bundle pack with a paddle.
There it is.
And like, I have every game that they have. Every game that comes on that cart, I have the real cartridge of. So like, it would really be redundant for me to buy.
Night Driver on there. That was one of my favorite games. Night Driver, $40.
Nice game list too. Even the stock game list you get is not bad. Like if you collect Atari stuff. They have some good games on there. And then the games that are missing, like I said, Atari is a very good system to collect for because the best games are dirt cheap. Space Invaders. I mean, those things are so cheap. Like, you might pay like under $5 for Space Invaders. Sometimes you'll run into cartridges 99 cents each, $1 each,
So there you go. This they included is a DB9 connector, which is tried and true technology since 1977, compatible
Absolutely.
with the new Atari 2600 Plus and all original Atari systems.
Yeah.
So is that DB9 one of the ways to play your old?
Yeah, just a 9-pin connector, like it's a standard Atari joystick. I mean,
that's for the joysticks. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's a standard. It's the the old-fashioned standard. Like Atari computers used it. Those joysticks were everywhere.
Yeah, same connector. Yeah.
I mean, and like you can see, I have all this stuff right at my hand's length. This is my. I like this controller's not bad. This is a. This is what came with the Retron.
Hey, what's up, MJP?
I like that it has 2 buttons. It's kind of cool, like left or right, in case you're left or right-handed. It's just an interesting design. And there's a little. Look at that, where your hand sits.
Berserk.
It's got a little dip. How cool is that? But
look, they got the Berserk Enhanced Edition to $30.
I got that. If it's the Atari Age Berserk, which I think it is, the Atari Age Berserk, Atari Age is a company that makes homebrew cartridges. They do releases, and I got the voice enhanced Berserk cart. If it's the same cart, I think it is, but
probably is. That's funny. They're selling arcade 1-up cabs on here. I don't
have
see
that.
the
See, look, I have the Tempest cab. See, like they know nostalgia.
Yeah, they don't have the 50th anniversary on here.
Don't have the 50th anniversary. It's missing.
I don't see it.
Yeah. Mikey said they didn't care about left-handed people in the day, but look, here's one that true. Like, look, now we have a fully lefty inclusive.
Got the New Wave toys on here too.
Hyperkin.
15% off New Wave.
And
Missile Command.
I think it'll be fun. I'll sit it right beside my Atari 2800, and I can test. And the thing is going to be great because I'll be able to just like move the cartridge from one to the other, so I can totally be like dead on, see how accurate it is. It's going to be fun testing it versus real hardware because I have all the real hardware for Atari. I literally had a surplus. Like I decided like I had to like thin out my Atari collection because I had so many.
This looks like an all new website they got. Atari does.
I wonder if it's doing well. I wonder if it's, being pretty successful.
When did pre-order start? Do you know?
They just started like yesterday, a day or two ago.
Like this is the first time hearing about it.
Like the second I saw it, after I read about it and then read all the specs, I was like, yeah, I'm in. I got to check this thing out. I got to check this mug out. This has got my name on it. I mean, they even made modern reproduction of the original joystick of the Atari.
Yeah, the one that broke all the time.
They're saying it's an exact replica. Those and they were kind of terrible in a way, but they were kind of great in a way.
Well, so I hope they made them a little bit more, a little more sturdy, man. We used to break ours all the damn time.
I know, but they say it's exact replica, so I can't wait to check it out, man. I'm loving it. If you want something new, you buy one of these Hyperkin. These Hyperkin reproductions are cool.
It has
I have a couple of these. And they have, they even have,
man,
Hyperkin also made this, which is really cool. We usually don't talk about classic Atari, but it's something I'm super into. But look at this.
Ships November.
Full screen this. This is something cool that a lot of people don't know exists.
Yeah.
And this is actually made by Hyperkin. It's an actual gamepad that works with the Atari. It has a joystick and a button. And on the end is a paddle. I want to say spinner, but it's not really a spinner. It's a paddle. So you can literally go to paddle mode on this thing. Pretty cool. I think it's called the Ranger or something. Cool. But Hyperkin, this is Atari. This is actually plugs into any Atari. And they did it right, man. They did it right. Look how long it has a super long cord because these use real cords. But it has the standard, the standard Atari connector. So pretty cool stuff.
MJP, that's $130, but you can get a 15% off right now. So it, I guess, drops it down to $115. Mm-hmm. I've got my calculator.
Yeah. And then you got
50% off. Would be 15, and then like another 10 would be about $25 off. Yeah. But it'd be about $115.
It just depends too. I mean, this is like super retro. I mean, like nothing's Atari
Definitely
is
picking
kind
this
of
up.
like
Nice
where
mic.
it started. I mean, you had like Pong and stuff and video pinball and like the Evil Knievel stunt cycle game, the video stunt cycle game before this, but this is going back to the origins. This is very, prehistoric retro arcade gaming. But I love it. Like I'm familiar with it. And just because it's old doesn't mean there's not great games. There's a lot of great Atari games, cheap to collect.
Would it be cool if they made some new games for this?
Yeah, well, they do. Atari Age actually they have a company that makes modern Atari games. Someone went and did Super Mario Brothers, and they ported Super Mario Brothers to Atari. Of course, it's way scaled down, but it's still cool that somebody did that.
Yeah,
there's a lot of homebrew stuff.
Look at a new haunted house. Is that what it is here? What is this? New trailer, haunted house. Coming soon. Check this out.
That must be for the PC and VCS, huh?
Get the eyeballs. Pretty cool looking game. Don't look nothing like the old one.
Yeah, it's a little different. The lights. The old one, you just had the eyes.
Yeah, they show them every once in a while. There it is. There's the eyeballs. There's the bat.
Yeah. It's crazy because I kind of just did the Hunger Games to my Atari collection because I had so much duplicate stuff. And then they came out with this new Atari console, which is just like could have came at a better time for me.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Michelle's husband? What's going on? What's going on, Angry? How you been, man? Yeah, pretty cool looking game, man. Definitely remastered.
Yeah, you think? I hope it comes with the original too. That would be cool.
Coming soon, Atari and Orbit.
Atari VCS.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's gonna be on PS5,
PS5,
Steam,
PS4,
Xbox,
Steam.
Epic. Oh, dude, I'm definitely gonna pick that up when it comes out. That's pretty damn cool, man.
T, I had never played the Atari VCS, but when I went to Southern Fried Gaming, they had this huge area where they had all the different consoles set up. And guess what they had set up? An Atari VCS. I finally got to play the Atari VCS, and it was pretty fun. It was not bad. It was pretty fun, I have to admit. But I was kind of like, do I need another little gadget? I mean, it was fun. It was fun. I will say that. They had I enjoyed playing it. I played the asteroids on it, and they did it right. It had the backdrop. It played nice and smooth.
It's kind of cool that they have some of these their old games that have been redone. Mm-hmm. I didn't really realize Atari was still active like that. All right, let's get. This was not what I was expecting to talk about tonight.
I know we got sidetracked because I literally minutes before, like you can ask T. His intro was running, and then I came in. I just got back because I've been taking care of my mom. My mom's not doing too good. She went in the hospital today, but my brother took over, so I got to come home for a while, and I got here just in time, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Seconds. Yeah, I hope your mom is doing better.
Yeah, she'll be okay. She's going to recover, but it's going to take a while.
All right. I don't want to spend much time on this damn time crisis either.
Thank you.
I figured at least talk about it because everybody else was talking about it. I don't know if you saw my thumbnail. I said, are you fucking kidding me? Arcade and 1UP with this fucking time crisis, almost $800 for a fucking time crisis.
Yeah, I mean,
fucking ridiculous. Who's gonna buy it for almost $800? I'll say $800.
$800
for time crisis.
I think it's ridiculous, and I think the YouTubers putting FOMO on this is absolutely insane. Shout out to PD7. PD7 is one of the few YouTubers that said, "Yeah, it's kind of cool, but it's way overpriced." He pretty much in his video he called it the way I felt like I would call it. I mean, you're really getting two games. You're getting Time Crisis and Point Blank. I mean, they don't even give you Point Blank 2. The Steel Gunner games are not much fun, in my opinion. I've played them. So you're really getting 2 games, you know, 2 throwaway games, 2 decent games.
You know what we should start doing with Arcade One Up, because I hate talking about them anymore. You know, I'm not going to buy one ever again for them, because they always do something wrong with their cabinets. They'll never 100% do it correctly because they're too damn cheap. But they don't want to, you know, they cheapen out on everything, but they don't want to give you a cheaper price, which is just kind of bullshit.
Yeah,
we should start freaking doing things to say, what will they miss on this cabinet? What will they not do? Instead of what will they do? What will they not do?
Yeah,
well, they make
already get pegged as the hyper negative person about Arcade One Up, and that's funny because I have an entire room full of Arcade One Ups, and I do love real arcades.
I got freaking 5 of them, so
they do pull on that nostalgia heartstring really well when they execute their designs well. But you know, Arcades Anonymous was calling it pretty accurate on their show.
But they don't know because you don't see one. I mean, they talked about Tron was accurate. Well, I could tell you 4 or 5 things is wrong with Tron. One is they didn't even put the freaking that backlit, the MCP on there. And if they want to backlight it, just put the fucking sticker on there. It costs you freaking 2 cents. You know, they couldn't do that.
2 cents for a sticker.
You know, the freaking marquee washed out. I mean, the thing in front was washed out. Freaking,
and it was cheap. I remember when you did your video where you replaced it. It was like paper. It was so cheap. The marquee was like, you would think for the amount you pay for these, they could at least do a little better than that. It was like paper almost. I mean,
it was paper.
It's insane. That's insane.
You know, they just cheapen out on everything. So what would they not do? The marquee pie won't be as big as they're showing there.
Yeah,
I mean, they're just fucking ridiculous. But
I love these games. I love arcade games, and that's never going to change. You know, I just wish Arcade One Up. You know, if they're going to make them cheap, price them cheap. You know, if you're going to cut a bunch of corners, you just make it less expensive. I mean, there's no way. I mean, by the time you pay tax, you're talking about $800.
I could go buy a real arcade for that. You can buy a real arcade less than that.
There's no way it's worth that for a 17-inch screen on a gun game. You know, I mean,
well, I wanted to play this clip from Jester Tester from last night on Arcade Anonymous. He summed it up the best.
Yeah, I like that show. It's a good show. I do watch that, by the way.
Yeah, I try to catch him every week. I came in just before Jester Tester was talking about this, but here it is.
Well, first, I have to say they did an awesome job on the look of the cabinet. They really, really stepped up the game on that, which I really like. I like that they did that. But I cannot get past the $750 price. Like I said, I put a few things down here. I just wrote a few things down. Let me put this into perspective for a second. All right, so back in 1995, a PS1, right, cost $299. Okay, so in today's inflation, that would be $579. The PlayStation 2 in 2000, year 2000, was $299 also. November 17, 2006, the PlayStation 3 was $299. That's what it was released for. In 2013, the PlayStation 4 was $399, the Slim was $299, and the Pro was $399. That was in 2013. In 2020, the PlayStation 5 was released. Okay, so for the 5 digital, it was $399, and the PlayStation disc was $499. So over a 25-year, they average a $200 increase from their first release to now. And you look at the price change from Arcade One Up in just a couple of years, it's incredible. And it just doesn't make sense, that amount of money, to go from a cabinet that used to be $250 to $750, and basically the electronics in it hasn't changed. Yeah, the form factor has, so there's a little bit more cost for the wood and stuff like that because it's bigger. The plexiglass does cost. Things do rise in price, but the PCB inside that thing, it's just way overpriced. In my opinion, it really is.
Preach.
You know,
yeah,
and here's the, and like I was saying, you know, a lot of times, prices are, determined by the cost of electronics, cost of plastic, cost of wood, all that kind of stuff. But I also know that companies will also try to raise prices just to see if people are going to bite. So if you're going to continue to pay these prices, the next cabinet is going to be $800. The next
Yep.
one is going to be
Yep.
$850, and they're going to keep going until
He's
they
right.
figure out where that cutoff is going to be.
So couldn't say it any better than myself. Right there.
Yep.
And
yep.
one
yep.
thing I want to correct him though on, he says there's more material on these. There really isn't. They got rid of the riser, but if you include the riser, it's the same amount of wood. So it really isn't any more material than they've been doing. It's really the same material. They just got rid of the riser and they just stuck it on the cabinet. So
yeah.
there really isn't any more material on these because they're about
Mhm.
the same height. They just got rid of the riser. That's it. That's all they've done. So you can't even say they're using more materials. So I mean, you can do it for $299. What do you say? 3 years ago, when did they come out? 2018 or 19? They came out with this stuff. I think 2018. I guarantee they're making a huge markup on these fucking things.
Yeah, they're making a massive profit. Like, and shout out to the suckers that buy them first because they take the brunt of the financial loss. Because you go, within a year it'll be $200. I mean, it's like, the people that buy it first, the early adopters, and I guess that's why the YouTubers all shill for it. They get the YouTubers to shill for it. Because the early adopters, they take the blunt damage of the pricing, Yeah,
I'm not doing that. Like I said, I just don't see myself buying one from them ever again. I got the 5 I wanted and I'm done with them. And every one of my 5 I have, there's something wrong with it. So it's like, why am I going to keep sitting there and bang my head against the wall? I'm just going to 1, make my own, or 2, buy a real one.
A real one, yeah.
I mean, the other day I saw restored Donkey Kong for just a little over $1,000. It's only a couple $100 away from this fucking thing. And this thing's a piece of crap.
And it's a Donkey Kong. And you know what? It'll still be worth something. Like, even if something broke, a collector will still buy it and fix it and restore it. And that's the thing. Like, classic arcades are like hot rods. I mean, people buy them. They're not afraid to work on them.
No, I'm done. I'm done with them because they just cheap it out so bad. It probably cost them freaking $150 and they're going to charge you $800 for it. I mean, I'm so sick of the direction they're going. So that's why I really
I mean, what we love is the ease to build them. We love the convenience of having an LCD screen. We don't have to worry about a monitor going out. Those are the good things. We love that we can just buy them and we don't have to go and buy them from a individual, like a collector. So there's good things about it, but that I can't shill that. I can't have, I can't be part of that. It's just, to me, it's just not worth it. That's in my opinion.
Yeah. And once you get it, it's not even complete. When you get it, you have to freaking do shit to get it to authentic, or try to get it close to authentic.
To me, gun games in general don't have the replayability either. I mean, like, all gun games are basically made just to eat quarters till you beat it. I mean, that's kind of how gun games work for the most part. So, I mean, I don't know about the replayability. I would rather have a gun build that I can hook up to my big screen TV with a send-in, and that would be a lot more fun to me. What do you think? Would you be interested in that? Would you be interested playing a gun game on your big screen TV? Like, I would love to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I can
totally possible.
I can really do that. I mean, you can
probably do that right now with what you got.
I can do that with my Raspberry Pi. I could just take my Raspberry Pi, unplug it from my Mr. Do, and plug it in my TV because it's just HDMI cord. I already have it set up for a send-in, so I can just plug and play really on the big screen if I wanted to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's, and then I got all games.
It doesn't have to be that expensive either, I mean, like, there's the Nintendo Zapper replicas are like what, $16 on eBay, on Amazon. Like, you can buy an old TV and play the hell out of some gun games. Yeah. Like, I have a Dreamcast and I can play House of the Dead 2 anytime I want on a CRT, and it plays great. Like, I mean, it's like, I don't know. But I'm definitely not feeling like that's worth $750. That's, I don't
know. It's worth like $299.
It's way off the bat.
$300.
And then you look at this. You look at the quality when you get a real send-in in your hands, not this junk they're making, a real send-in that comes like this. This is good. I mean, when you play with this is worth having. But I mean, those guns they make are so cheap. I mean, when you feel this, it feels solid, you know? It has a little bit of weight to it. I mean, you have a send-in. I mean, were you impressed? I was pretty impressed.
Oh yeah, I was
impressed.
impressed.
I was like, this is a really badass invention. Like, this is cool. I mean, and this, I can take this. I can play games on my iArcade. Pretty soon we'll be playing all the gun games anyway on the iArcade. They're all coming. Trust me. We're gonna be playing everything that's gun game. I can plug this to my PC. I can play. You know, this to me makes a lot more sense. I could plug this to a Raspberry Pi. I'm not locked into anything. And this is something that's just like a tool that I can use for my arcade for playing wherever I want to play. Rather than paying $750 for guns that are useless except for on 4 games.
Yep. Yeah, so far I think I have more to do for my send-in. What I got? I mean, I got Operation Wolf. Might say, and then 2 and 3.
You got Operation Wolf 3. I haven't even played that one yet. That looks cool.
Aliens.
Because you did a video.
House of the Dead. House of the Dead. I think I have one more on there. So I have like 6 on there already. And
I'm
ask you an
honest question. Let's take a truth pill. Okay. You have House of the Dead, all the Operation Wolves pretty much, and Aliens, right? At least. How often do you play gun games? Like when you go to your arcade, are gun games what you go to? Or do you just like kick on Mr. Do and play some emulation or your Star Wars or your Dragon Slayer? Like, how often do you play them? And I'm not persecuting you. Just be honest. It's okay. You can say I don't play them much, but you know,
I do
my
actually.
Point is, do you? Okay, good.
I play right now. Well, right now, before I moved, I was playing it all the time because I really, the sending again is so damn accurate. Man, I just enjoyed. It's something different.
Fun to play. It is fun to play. It's something different. Yeah, and it's new still. It's something that you have that's new.
Yeah, I have to dig it out of my box, man. I don't know what box it's in yet. That's one thing I haven't unboxed is my stuff in here, except for my arcades.
I mean,
I have to get that sucker out and play some more. But yeah, I mean, right now too, I play the gun games, and I've been playing like the games that Karo does for the game of the week.
When I finally got where I could beat Operation Thunderbolt, like I felt like I had made like a gun game achievement because I finally got where I could finish the game and win.
Yeah, me too, man.
And then I took a little break, and like the last game I played was I rolled over the score on Pac-Man. I even put a short on YouTube. Playing the real, not this fake stuff that Arcade 1-Up uses for their cabs. Playing the real class of 1981 ROM, which by the way is phenomenal. It has the slow and fast versions of Pac-Man, slow and fast version of Miss Pac-Man, Galaga regular shoot, and Galaga fast shoot. And if you love Namco, I mean that is the ultimate ROM to play from. If you want to really play Pac-Man and become good at that game, or Miss Pac-Man, that is a fantastic way to play Miss Pac-Man or Pac-Man or Galaga. So, I'm rolling over scores. So
nice. Yeah, I should put Pac-Man on my Mr. Do and compare it to the Arcade 1-Up one back there.
And then we've been talking a lot about Berserk too. So I played some Berserk and got my ass kicked. Berserk is amazing, by the way. That game is really good. And Frenzy and Berserk. I like both of them. Frenzy is so much harder.
Yeah, but I get a higher score in Frenzy, though. I guess because it gives you more points, I think.
Yeah, Frenzy has those skinny skeletons, and those suckers are hard to hit.
Those things are a pain in the ass.
Those things are hard to hit. And have you ever noticed, like, when you get on Frenzy, when you get to the screen with the evil Otto in the middle, like the happy face, when you kill evil Otto, like 3 of them appear like maniacs and charge you from all over the place. It's the coolest thing. I never even knew that was in Frenzy.
I haven't got that far yet.
Whenever you get to the stage with like the happy face, and what happens is when you shoot Evil Otto, the face changes from happy to sad. And when he respawns, there's 3 Evil Ottos that come out. Very cool. Something I never knew happened in that game, but that's what I love. I love the games. I don't care what I'm playing it on. I'm playing it on my AtGames.
I just want
playing it on accurate. I want it to be accurate. Exactly. If the emulation's not good, I won't play it. For example, like Wizard of War on Antstream. Why would I subject myself to that terrible voice? The voice is so far off, completely ruins the game for me. And for some people, they might not know that. And they might be like, this is a fun game. But for someone that was an
Yeah.
arcade rat like me
They
that
wouldn't
really
know.
knows these games, it sets off my OCD, you know, like like it really bothers me because I think I really respect these games and I just want to see them play the best they can. So I'm a fan of good emulation, whether it's on AtGames, whether it's on iArcade or Raspberry Pi. I just want the emulation to be good. If I'm playing a classic arcade game, that's what I'm after. I mean, I'm sure you're the same, T, huh?
Oh yeah, that's one of the thing I like about the Raspberry Pi, which is just like the iArcade. You can download the ROMs, the original ROMs. Where they're correct as long as you get the right year, right ROM. It's going to be accurate. Where like Arcade 1-Up, you're not sure where you're going to get until you get it.
Yeah,
you don't know what emulation they're using. So I don't know. I enjoy my Raspberry Pi so far. So cool thing is, it's pretty much, man, you can almost lock everything on that. I only found one game that hasn't played, and I don't know if it's just was a bad ROM or what. I can play House of the Dead 2, but I can't play House of the Dead, the first one.
The first one, the original, yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm just getting bad ROMs for that or what, but because if I can play House of the Dead 2, I should be able to play House of the Dead, right?
You would think because it's an earlier game, but that's not always the case. It depends on depends on the emulation and stuff. Mikey J Productions, who's chatting a lot in the chat right now, he did a great video showing you like these ROMs, they need to have certain things to run. Like, if you're doing Capcom, you have to have this certain file. Otherwise the ROM won't run or won't play right. So certain games like Gorf, if you don't have the sound samples, you end up with a really terrible game because the sound is way off. And if you love the game, it ruins the game.
Or you don't have no sound. Or you
either
don't have
the sound is missing when it should be talking, or it sounds like really bad. It sounds like it doesn't sound right. So
yeah, so far on the ROMs I've gotten, it's you got the sound sample or you don't have it, and then I've never heard one that's like, well, I shouldn't say that because one goofy one was Gorf was goofy.
Yeah,
it had some of the sounds, but didn't have them all. But the ones they had, it sounded correct, but it was missing some of the sound samples. But he just got to get the right websites.
Goofyfoot has a good comment. This might be the comment of the night. Nothing worse than putting time in a game and then find out level 20 that is broken. Yeah, there's nothing worse than getting sucked. That is true. You get sucked into a game, then you get deep into it, and then it's broken when you get into it. That is the worst.
I don't know if I ever ran into that. That would suck though. You'd get the fire and fuck.
T, you know what happened? That was crazy. I got sent a game to check out to review. That was pretty fun. I got sent a game called Doodle Taxi. I did a review on my channel. Did that one. And it's a really crazy game. It's very zen. It's very relaxing. It's like the kind of game you put on when you want to relax. It's like a chill game, It's not. And it's interesting because it goes from like this doodle vision to like seeing in color.
Somebody just gave that away a couple weeks ago.
It came from the Atari VCS community, and
one of the channels was giving a copy away of that. Who was that? Was that Rasco? Yeah, I think Rasco gave a copy of that away.
Yeah,
a couple copies. And then a couple days later, you were playing it.
It was cool. It's a lot of fun. I think it's a pretty cheap game too. But check it out, Doodle Taxi. It's on Steam.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
But it was. I think it was like I don't want to say the wrong price, but it's not expensive. And it is a chill game. Like if you want a game you can just relax and play, it's fun. It's just basically it's like Crazy Taxi. But it's a different style too. It is a driving taxi cab game, but you actually get rewarded for driving safely. Crazy Taxi was all about the craziness, right. Like how dangerous can I drive? And you still drive dangerously, but you actually do better if you drive safely. It's pretty cool. Pretty good game.
So it's the opposite of Crazy Taxi.
In a way it is.
All right, let's get to what I really want to talk about tonight, and that is AtGames 4KP, the EVT hardware at tour. I did reach out to John Wagner from Tech Talk and got his permission to use his video. Actually, awesome. He said you can use all his videos as long as it's published first. He said, go ahead and you can use all his videos on this 4K for AtGames. So I did get his permission to use this video. So
Yeah.
I always try to reach out to people. Even like Jester Tester asked him if I could use his video clip.
Yeah, I did find out from him actually. I'm in this AtGames like chat thing where they talk about what they're doing, and he is working on the next video, which will be coming out soon, maybe even this weekend. Right. So I did get a little message. So that is exciting because the next video I think is going to be about playing the game and showing the interface and stuff. So that's going to be exciting. Yeah. This first video was hardware, right? Am I correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. The next video we'll get to see the interface. Maybe we'll see a game running in 4K.
Yeah, I could throw this over here real quick.
It's growing on me. I still don't love the marquee on the back glass.
Me either.
If I was gonna make one critical thing, there's a lot they do that I'm loving, but the one thing I don't like is I don't like the marquee on the back glass. I'm glad they're giving us the option to turn it completely off, which when I get one, because I am 100% going to get this when it comes out. I'm 100% try to get rid of it. I'm 100% down for getting this machine based on AtGames history with it from having the first generation. But I would have really loved to see them not have a marquee on it. I know. As a fan of pinball,
I'm going to try to get rid of mine, man. There's got to be a way to get rid of that thing. And I'm getting rid of it some way, somehow. I'm getting rid of that stupid marquee. It does belong. It does not belong. I don't care if you got the big old black up there. I just don't want it on there. But you're right. I'm glad you can turn it off now.
I like these pictures. He's showing it from the side that it doesn't wash out.
Yeah.
See,
this is from the side.
Yeah. And High Scores on Tap, who I know is a big fan of AtGames like me, he's saying it all comes down to the price. And I agree to a certain extent. Like the price has to be in the ballpark of it being reasonable. I mean, I've heard it all over. I've heard as high as like 1,300. I've heard as low as 1,000.
I figured it could be around. I thought it was going to be $1,599.99, but
1,600.
And then with the pre-order, they'll knock off 300. So it'd be knocking down to 1,300. That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah,
because I did their ratio of their new board that you could pre-order right now. I did the same percentage because right now you had to put $50 down on it's $400, I do believe. So you do the same percentage with $1,599.99.
Well, the original ALP, it was about $800. Am I right or am I wrong? Because it was so long ago. I bought it when it first came out. Like I had the arcade, I had the Legends Ultimate arcade, and I already was familiar with that game. So I jumped on from the beginning. I got not the very first group that came out. I think I was in the second group of these machines that came out.
It was $800 right now, isn't it? Or is it? No, it's $599.
That game's pinball is what was 800, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Last time I looked, it was still 800 for the pinball.
800, okay.
Is it 600 for the ALU? I can't remember.
That sounds right. That sounds right for the ALU. I can look it up real quick. Of course, they do go. You can find deals if you're patient and you get the right deal. Yeah. I mean, Carlo found some crazy deals with AtGames hardware. So if you're patient, you can get them cheaper.
Man, I think the original ALP will probably go down in price. Maybe, I don't know.
If you go to AtGames, let's see what they're selling for right now. HD arcade. So the Legends Ultimate is $599.99, $600, and the Legends Pinball right now on the AtGames site is $800, $799.99.
That's what I thought.
And
all right,
the mini really didn't do it for me. I couldn't do that one. That was not for me. That's not my jam. But I'm sure someone likes it.
Which one?
That little mini arcade they made, the Legends Ultimate Mini.
That's the same size as arcade one-up cabinets.
It is kind of the size of an arcade one. I got a chance to play it. They have one built at Sam's Club, and I played it for a little while. And after playing it, that really cemented that I made the right decision. I mean, I like having the bigger control deck and having the space and having the Yeah, I just think that the Legends Ultimate design for their arcade hardware wise, it was a pretty good design. I think they did a good job.
Yeah, Carlos said based on what he heard from AtGames employees, I think it will be under 1,500, unless if they give a pre-order discount. I think they'll give a pre-order discount. Seems like they always do. So even on the new board, they're giving you a discount on it. So say 50% more for each one, plus shipping, maybe minus. Well, how much is shipping they charge? 100? I can't remember.
Probably 100 at least. Things are heavy, man.
Yeah.
It's not light. It's not light stuff. Did you see what they sent it to? They sent what's it? Wagner. They sent it in a giant crate, like a wood crate. That was pretty cool. You don't want that to get damaged. They were serious about it not getting damaged.
Oh, they were serious. Yeah, because then they had the regular box underneath inside the wooden crate. They had the regular boxes in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Goofy Foot says I'm pre-ordering. I'm done with waiting for a deal. Yeah, I'm pre-ordering too. Because I mean, if not,
just for the pinball, maybe. Yeah.
Well, because I think the pinball, man. I mean, you might not be able to get it.
Be a lot of demand. It's going to be a lot of demand. They'll probably do the wave thing again. Remember, like the original ALP pinball, they came out in waves. There was wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. Yeah, they kind of came out in waves, and the sooner you pre-ordered it, the quicker you got it. Supposedly, although I'm not. It does seem there was a little wiggling going on, a little wiggle room in there. Some people were getting them earlier for some reason.
Well, I think too, it depends where you live.
Yeah.
I mean, where do they ship them from? You know, if you're closer to where they're shipping them out of, that you're going to get it 1st. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I mean, if they're shipping them out of LA, somebody from Oregon or, Nevada are going to get it before us over here in Louisiana and North Carolina.
Yeah.
Just because of shipping. Yeah, no matter what, I'm pre-ordering for sure. No qualms about it, man. Because who knows? I mean, you might not be able to get it until next year sometime if you don't pre-order. Yeah. And remember the pre-orders are supposed to be sometime in the summer. Well, guess what? Summer ends in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Labor Day is really end of the summer, which is actually less. It's a week and a half is Labor Day. So I'm not sure pre-orders are going to come out in the summer. So is that going to delay when they're
pretty late? I mean, like, I don't see us getting this before Christmas. There's no way at this time.
I know. And they said, last thing they sent out said pre-orders this summer and then start shipping October or November.
Well, I mean, that's here. That's like around the corner.
I don't see it happening, shipping in October, November now. I'm thinking it's going to be maybe December or January. And I think they would like to get them out for Christmas, but who knows?
Goofyfoot says, I don't think it'll go on deep discounts after they release. And I agree. Like, this is going to hold its value for a while. And AtGames is pretty smart. Like I think they make money on hardware. Like they don't sell their hardware to lose money. Like that was a mistake iArcade made. They were giving us this amazing hardware and giving it to us for like really cheap. They were losing money. You can't lose money and run a business. You know what I mean? You can't make hardware that's so good and so above everyone else and then like lose money and stay in business. So, I mean, I think our AtGames is smart. They have a good balance, like between like getting us good hardware and they make some profit, but they're not gouging either. You know what I'm saying?
No,
it's
no,
like it's a fine line you have to walk as doing these kind of products.
And your products have to have quality. If you don't have quality, people are going to go away because like I'm not going to order another one of those. Their quality sucks.
I mean, Mikey J says, by the way, who wants to watch more Shilling for Time Crisis? Kong has you covered. Kong has you covered.
Yeah, who wants to watch more? Not me. But the preview will be at the Cleveland Gaming Classic in 30 days.
Yeah,
it might be the same sample that you see here.
It might be John's John. Was it Wanger? Might be Wagner. His actual Wagner. It might be John Wagner's actual demo unit. Sounds like
might be because I think he's got to ship that out this Friday or Saturday. He said so. Yeah, I mean it could be the same one because it's Cleveland's in 2 or 3 weeks. So
I know he's going to do a good job on his video. It's going to be really good.
ready to
We do.
roll. And we'll stop in a couple spots to.
And I've heard, I kind of like listen to what people say, like in our chats and stuff. And some people have concerns with the screen. They're like, it's not 120 megahertz or whatever the highest refresh rate there is.
Right.
But my experience is that AtGames screen technology has been really good. Like, I love the way my AtGames Legends Ultimate Arcade looks, and I love the way the current pinball looks. I think that it's going to be fine. But I have heard concerns about the refresh rate of the screen.
Yeah, well, when Wagner does this part 2, I think we'll see a little bit more of that.
We'll get to see maybe a game in action that's in 4K and see what it actually looks like. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's roll it. Let's roll the tape.
Videos until all have been completed. Let's get started with the first one in the series. I'm John, and welcome to Wagner's Tech Talk. If you visit wagnerstechtalk.com/ALP4K EVT, you'll find additional details regarding the Legends Pinball 4KP pre-production model, or EVT. AtGames is being incredibly transparent by letting us check out what they've done. This says volumes about the company and their goal to make sure it's the best product possible. If you have questions in the Q&A section of that page, please comment in this video, or if you just want to express your opinions. As answers are identified, they will get updated. I've had just a few days with the Legends Pinball 4KP at the present time. I'll share my overall thoughts as we reach the end of this series. We're just getting started. What is inside these two crates is something that very well may change.
I think you have.
Look at that! Wow.
In this video,
these are wood crates.
The first ever AtGames Legends Pinball 4K machine to get the USA.
I thought 144 was best
production unit.
Refresh rate.
144, okay.
142 or something.
Between what you're about to see and the final product. This is not my machine to keep. After we take a look at it here, I'll disassemble it and box it back up for AtGames engineering.
And take it to Cleveland.
Yeah. Finding any issues prior to moving into
packaged well.
This is the version 1.0 build, and a version 1.1 is already currently being built. While we will have few tables to test, there are many more in development and will be available by the time you receive yours. I want to sincerely thank AtGames for allowing all of us to take a first-hand look at the Legends 4K. Before we dive in further, the Legends 4KP specifications include a Rockchip RK3588 CPU, internal 32 gigabytes of flash storage, which is expandable with a USB stick and flash drive X. A total of 3 displays, a 32-inch 4K playfield, a 23.8-inch HD back glass, and an 8-inch HD DMD.
So that's the most excited thing I'm excited about in this is the 3 screens, having a 32-inch playfield, which is the same, but the 24-inch back glass, which I guess they're using the same monitors they use in ALU, right? And then 8-inch I'm so glad they put in the DMD in there. I'm so glad, even though I know
DMD is great. Like some people are saying, oh, it's not big enough, but going from no DMD to a DMD is an improvement. Exactly. Let's call it for what it is. The original had none. That was not a feature that they had. So
do I wish it was bigger? Hell yeah, but I'm just happy it has one. I don't have to do that.
What if it was possible to get rid of the marquee, take that 50 cents they save on that marquee or that $1.50 and put it towards a bigger DMD? How awesome would that be? And like you said, the one thing I think they really missed was they should have just put the brand on the speaker, the AtGames.
Yep.
That would have been the perfect place if you wanted some brand recognition. Just make a cool speaker grill. That would be nice. Would look great.
Cool too, because they had that neon green says AtGames. I would be happy with that.
Yeah, when I check out real pinballs, a lot of the pinballs, people hot rod them and they make them look cool. And one of the things they do is they put speaker grills with like cooler art and stuff on them, and that's like an upgrade. That would make it more premium. That would even push it even. And right now it's like for a mass produced virtual pinball. For mass production, I'm not talking about custom. For a big production, like for a mass-produced virtual pinball, This is very premium what they're doing. They're aiming for the fences with their goals. You know.
Well, cool
They're
thing
pointing
too
way
is,
out there. They're looking. You know.
yeah, because
trying to hit
not
that home run.
yeah, because not all real pinball have a DMD. Like Spooky, last time I looked, Spooky Scooby Doo, I don't think it has a DMD. And then Jersey Jacks don't all their pinballs don't have DMDs. Some of them. So not all pinballs do have DMDs, even the real ones. So to add that DMD, I think it's just awesome. Yeah. Do I wish it was a 10-inch? Yeah, but I'm happy with 8-inch. I mean, I think Stern uses a 15-inch DMD, which is huge. But hey, going from none to 8, I think it's awesome. Like you
None
said,
to 8 is a win. And you know what? You know what is also a win? Getting the DMD off of the back glass monitor space.
exactly.
Now
Yes.
you get to see the beautiful art like a real pinball machine. They have a beautiful back glass. The DMD is usually not in the middle of that.
No, hell no.
I think it's good. I mean, even though I know I've heard like people say they want a bigger one, but
Of
I'm
course.
fine. I'm fine with the 8-inch personally, but you know.
Yeah, I'm fine. I mean, if they would get rid of their marquee, they could probably at least put a 10-inch in there.
That's what I'm saying. Give
Just-
us 2
just
extra
saying.
inches.
Just saying.
We all want 2 more inches. 2 more inches.
Yeah. I just want to get rid of that marquee. That's all.
I did too. Gosh.
It's like, why?
So
Whoever,
close. So
I wonder-
close. So close. So
I
close.
wonder who
to
came up
having-
with that. Did somebody,
I don't know, but
I mean, did
like-
somebody in the room went like, okay, we're going to do this pinball. One guy says, hey, let's put a marquee in there. Nobody else said, dude, pinball doesn't have marquees. Where was that
pinball
person
doesn't
at?
have marquees. Where's and then they're
Put it
like,
in there anyways.
The argument I heard for keeping it was, oh well, it's continuity. It's so it looks like the old one. It's like, no, better than the old one. We want better. We want better than the old one.
Go to arcade, and see which pinball
Okay,
has.
I'm asking a
marquees.
question. Does a buy stuff store back glass that you would pay to upgrade your AtGames Legends pinball, does it have a marquee? I'm asking an honest question. I don't know because I don't have a buy stuff. Dude, does it have a marquee on it? The buy stuff store back box?
No, it does not.
I rest my case. So the upgrade is getting rid of the marquee.
Exactly. Now, where do you know where the marquee is? It built into the plexiglass? Is it a part of the plexiglass sticker, or is it behind the plexiglass? And like with the one you have,
I want to say it's like a piece of. I think it's part of like the little plastic piece that fits over everything. It's part of that, I think. And then it's cut out. The wood is cut out, and there's a light behind it.
LED.
Yeah, it's LED. Yeah.
So see, all somebody has to do is come out with the new plexiglass, and it's just black.
Stick over
it.
The
marquee.
You could do that. Yeah, you could definitely totally do that.
Or somebody needs to come out with that. I would buy one. Because like
I
my
would
Mr.
buy
Dude,
one. That's buy stuff store. I mean, buy stuff stores like they come out with all these cool upgrades for at game stuff.
I mean, it would be cheap for them to make a new plexiglass because you're just doing a plexiglass and put black decal on there and charge a mint for it. I'll buy it if they charge me $50.
I don't need to charge it. I don't need to charge a mint for it, but I mean, it's definitely will be something like I think some people will want to upgrade to.
I got to find out where I got my plexiglass for my Mr. Do. Let's see if they do anything for AtGames. It's been a while. It's been a while since I got that plexiglass for Mr. Do. But they sold different ones. They sold like different decals on the plexiglass, and I bought just a clear one. So
the buy stuff store, they do some cool stuff. Like I'm 6'2", and I felt like the Legends arcade was too low for me, and they made these cool custom risers that like raise it up. It's exact height. Like you can see, it's even with my iArcade, which is the perfect height for me. So. I really appreciate Buy Stuff Store. I think they do a lot of good. Like the products they make are usually good upgrades to like the products that they go with. But just a little shout out. I haven't bought a ton of stuff from them, but I did buy risers for all of my. I have 2 Legends Ultimate arcades.
I got decals. I just got from them. I haven't did unboxing yet. For the Star Wars. There it is.
All right.
I actually emailed them and said, "Hey, I bought the riser for my Star Wars, and it's just black." I said, "I see now you sell decals with your kit for that."
The decals?
Yeah, because they for that new mod kit they have to turn Star
Okay.
Wars into a racing cab.
Yeah.
One of the features is you can buy the riser, and they actually come with the decals.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
I told them, I said, hey, I already got the riser. Can I get just the decals? They're like, sure.
That's awesome.
$8, free shipping, $8 for the Star Wars cabinet.
Free shipping, $8.
$8
From Canada? From Canada?
From Canada. Yep,
From Canada.
free
And
shipping.
Shout out to Canada. You know, I just looked at my YouTube analytics. Would you believe that? Guess where I'm the most popular? In Canada.
Really?
It said the most people that watch me Canadians apparently love Papa Brad. So shout out to Canada. Canada rocks. Shout out to Canada.
Woo! Go Canada.
It was funny because the YouTube analytics, when I was looking at it, it asked you, it said, where do you think most of the people, what do you think you have the most viewers that like your channel? And I said, well, the USA. And guess what? I was wrong. I was surprised. That was kind of cool, though. It was a cool surprise.
That is cool.
Whoever thought up that was a cool way to show you your analytics rather than just like a bunch more graphs and stuff, you know?
Yeah. Yep. I wonder how much better this Carlo, if you're still in the stream, how much better is this Rock Chip 3588 compared to the one they had in there? Wasn't the other one a 32? I can't remember what was in the one you have, Papa Brad. The chip CPU. I don't know if it's a 3200. I can't remember. Carlo would probably remember if he's still in here.
I think so. I think the newer one has the faster Rock Chip.
It is. Yeah, it has a 3588, which is up here. I think the other one's a 30 or 32 or something like that. So that way there should be an improvement on the gameplay, I would say.
There are 3.5-inch speakers built in.
Which is a nice upgrade.
Wi-Fi.
They were, 2 inches before?
Ethernet.
Yeah.
The user interface has been completely redesigned and is known as CE4K.
A new interface.
At the bottom of the cabinet visible, we'll find an 11-inch speaker grill cover and mounting system.
Yeah, this is cool.
Surround sound feedback.
Look at that, dude.
Subwoofer is new. That's not on the original. There's a subwoofer under there.
Okay. Carlo said 2.8 times faster than it. Okay, it was 33.99. Okay, so that's almost 3 times faster. I mean, that's pretty damn fast. Go to Hobby Hands. Go to Hobby Lobby. Buy the acrylic for $3. Spray back of it with black paint. You're done. That's true. The way I paint, though, man, I don't know how well it'll do. Trimming around. I guess you had to put like a piece of paper or something down where the screens are. But I don't want to talk. I mean, how cool is them putting a subwoofer speaker in here, man? That's like Stern, man. Stern has that.
Yeah, well, they have. Yeah, they do. They do.
I mean, that's a surprise, and I guess sounds like if you listen to this rest of this video,
what's next? The shaker? Shaker?
I know.
You gonna have a shaker next?
AtGames is actually gonna you can buy the kit, the SFF kit from AtGames. It sounds like.
I was curious about it, so I asked AtGames, and they told me the SSF kit has been a part of the Legends 4K platform since day one.
So see, that's pretty cool. Okay. So you don't have to go third party to get the SF kit for this. And it's cool that they already got the speaker grill in there, the whole grill out. They got the holes for the screws already. Yeah, now all we need is a shaker.
And also, that will include the data support for the kit should users decide to add it.
So it's all set up for the kit.
Is it coming with that kit stock? Or that's an upgrade?
It's an upgrade, but it's gonna. It sounds like it's just. Yeah, it sounds like it's just gonna be plug and play though. Everything's there for it.
Everything's there to bolt it in,
which is awesome. So that makes it so much easier. You don't have to go third party, and you don't have to drill any holes. The boards are already set up for it, so it's pretty cool.
That is helpful.
It's almost like getting a Stern pinball, man, and putting your accessories in there. It's already set up for it. You just have to stick it in there. Except for the shaker.
Comment below with your guess as to the code name for the SSF kit. It includes will exist throughout this series and revealed at the end. While the legs shown here are silver, the production version will be black, and we may be able to take a look at that very soon. With all the legs installed, we can move on to the back box installation. After removing the packaging, there are 5 connectors to attach to the back box. There are 2
They sure
wing
are,
nuts
Carlo.
and 2 wing nuts to support the back box. A few have asked for close-ups of the connections, so here we go. From what I understand, this is the LVDS connection to the back glass. Then there's 2 pairs of wires for power to the back glass display and the marquee.
Marquee.
And a cable for the speakers. And it appears this white cable is for data and the DMD display. As you may notice, the artwork on the 4KP here is identical to one of the variants on the Legends Pinball Micro. I think it's a great representation of the popular Zaccaria and exclusive Taito tables. Of course, it may be updated in the final production model. Remember, this is
I wonder if it will.
in other words,
Yeah, the artwork is not doing it for me.
an example
No.
of why you
I don't want rainbows on the side of my pinball. I don't want the
What?
Rainbow Island. There's rainbows. Rewind.
Oh, he just rewound it for you.
Did he rewind it to the Rainbow Island side art?
Oh, right there.
Yeah. I mean, does that look like something you want on your pinball? I don't know. Like, I like the.
I guess if you like the game,
Carlos says he identifies as rainbow.
identify as a rainbow, Papa.
Oh, by the way, don't read anything into that. I'm just saying, like, that's kind of cutesy art for, like, I'm not saying there's nothing other than just like I don't like the art. There's nothing else about that with the rainbows.
An exclusive Taito table.
Oh, right there, Rainbow Island. Okay.
Yeah,
He
Rainbow
said
Island. It's a
on it.
game. It's a game, Rainbow Island. And it's one of the one of the Taito tables, but
Bubble
I mean,
double or double.
like, you know, that's
Bubble bobble.
that's a part you're gonna look at a lot, you know. Why not put Space Invaders or like I don't know, they got a lot of cool Taito
Space
tables.
Invaders is on there.
Yeah, but look
Space
at I don't know.
Space Invaders is down on the table.
On the middle,
Right.
huh? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm turning mine into a Ghostbusters, I think. Or should I do a custom Mr. Do? Should I do a Mr. Do pinball custom table?
Mr. Dude didn't have a pinball, dude. I hate to bust your bubble, but there's
I know
no
it
such
didn't, but
thing. You would
I
have
can-
the first ever Mr. Do pinball.
I can make my own
Uh,
Mr. Do pinball.
Goofy Foot says you have Burger King on the other side. You have Burger King on the other side. We got this rainbow art. I'm saying, like, they got some good titles. Like, pick some other stuff. I don't really care for the art.
I didn't
I
see it.
mean,
Throughout display and it'll to
Say.
one of the
Yeah, there's Space Invaders.
yeah.
variants on the Legends
He said it might
I
change.
think it's a great representation
We'll see.
of the popular Zaccaria and exclusive Taito tables. Of course, it may be updated in the final production.
Bubble
There you go.
Bobble. And then you got Burger King. You got the Burger King. You got the Bubble Bobble.
You got what's this called?
You got
Midnight
the
Madness, Night Madness, or whatever. Go.
Model.
yeah.
Remember, this
Look, you got that band,
Medieval.
the all-girl band, Team Diversity band.
Got
And you
medieval
got-
in here.
What is that up at the top? I mean, what is that? That's terrible art.
I don't know, some kind of robot.
Eh,
like our-
I'm not
Looks
feeling
better
it.
than the other side.
I'm not feeling it. on
He
the
says it
art.
might change. The coin door is going to
I'm
be
not
cool though.
feeling it on the art. I mean,
Listen to about the coin door though.
artwork. Well, I'll show you.
Burger King.
You hear Wagner? He's like about the artwork. He's like,
It's like, yeah, I'll probably skin this, but wouldn't it be great if we didn't have to? Like, I'm saying, like, couldn't you go like more like I don't know, just go. If anything, go more basic. I don't know. I'm not feeling the art. I like the Taito tables, but like the girl band, like if you go back and look, it's like that image is not like really like pinball is known for great art. Like when you look at a real pinball machine, the art on the machine is what pulls you into playing it. So
Yeah.
usually if you look at pinball art, it's some of the best you know, a lot of the older pinballs are real sexy. They have a lot of comic book elements, but the pinballs are known to have great art, and this art is not really hitting it the way it should.
no.
That's
And
just
then,
my
like
opinion. My opinion. I mean,
MJP
someone
said,
probably loves Rainbow Island, and this is probably their dream come true. But
Well, like MJP says, I don't like multicade art. I mean, that's
Mhm.
what happens when you try to do multicades. You try to put all these games in there,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and it doesn't end up looking that good because you're trying to put all this different art on there. You know, almost
Like,
rather than put their own like design on there.
yeah, the original was at least all real pinball machines. It was like Haunted House and like Class of 1812, and it was
It's almost
all
like
centigrade 37. It was all real pinball machines.
would it be kind of
So,
cool? What they could have done is you got basically 5 sides. Is
Mhm.
put like black hole on one side art, put another one on the other side, and put one on the backboard side art. Put another one on the other backboard side art. That would
Yeah,
look
I
better
would
than
almost prefer that than this like tri-zone, like with the triangle.
yeah,
You have the triangle design with the 3 games that don't match, that have nothing to do with each other. You got Burger King on one side, you got rainbows on the other side. I mean, it's just a mess to me. The art doesn't look unified. Also, like if you look at from panel to panel, like the art styles are all different.
yep. Oh, I know. That's why I think they should do 5 different designs on each piece because you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you got 5 sides. Do one theme on each piece.
And I'm not a graphic designer, but like I bet if you got a good graphic designer, they could look at this and they could come up with something way better.
Yeah, well, buy stuff arcade
I'm not a
sells.
graphic designer, but I
Yeah.
know you could come up with something way better. Even using the properties that they have, like they have good properties, they have good games. Use it, but like maybe the way they're presenting it is not good. Is what I'm getting at with the art.
Yeah. Yeah, MJP, go look at Buy Stuff Arcades, man. They have tons of skins for AtGames Pinball, tons of them. They have some really nice ones. But yeah, I think they should just did one art on each piece. It would look so much better.
Yeah, like if one whole side was Space Invaders and one whole side
Yeah.
was, whatever,
Black
robots.
Hole or Haunted House, really. I would love to see a
Yeah.
Haunted House.
Well,
on
see, they're not going to have those machines on this new table because those are. I don't think they're going to have the 4K versions of those tables.
Well, I read somewhere they said all their
Are they going to
tables.
Are they doing the
where they were gonna
Gottlieb
port 'em.
in 4K,
They
including the
said they're going to
Gottlieb?
port. They said all existing tables will be ported over to 4K.
Wow, if they do Gottlieb, that would be great because I do love all those tables. I mean, I play Black Hole and Haunted House and like the Emergency Game. I like
I'd be bummed
those.
if they weren't on there, man, because that's one reason why I wanted this, because of Haunted House and Black Hole and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, I think on John Wagner's Tech Talk,
could be
somewhere on one
wrong.
of his pages, says that the tables they have now are all going to be ported over to 4K. So
'Cause those were some of the first tables they came up with. So like if you look, like the Magic Pixel was kind of an upgrade from those graphically, like having the pinball machine myself as the owner.
yeah, Goofy
At
Foot
least
was
I feel it was, but I still love those games, those tables.
Goofy Foot was a graphic designer for 20 years.
There you go. Goofy Foot, send him, help him with this art. Help him with this art, please. They need some help. This art. And I think it's like, wasn't the little mini pinball they did? It had the same art.
This is the same art as the mini, he said.
Yeah. And then,
Yeah,
I don't
exactly
know.
the same art.
To me, it's going backwards. The art's going backwards.
But he says it could change.
It needs to go forwards, not backwards.
Basically,
Basically, I'm going to encapsulate my critique of the art. 1, the triangle patterns on the side is a mess.
no go.
Does not work. The stuff on the back box has to, like, I always loved that it had Haunted House on the original side of the front back box.
Yeah, that looked
but
cool.
I think you need to like make something cooler than what they have now. It doesn't mean that they can't use the same. Even doesn't mean they can't use the same games, but you need different art.
Even if they came up with something even different,
And then like even the
Their own
girl
design.
band, the girl band doesn't look cool. Like, I know you don't want to roll the video back, but if we look at the other side,
there it is.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, that art, I don't know. It's not hitting. The Burger King guy too. I mean,
That's medieval,
no, it's not
Pinball.
medieval. They don't have Medieval Madness.
but it sure looks like the king from the Medieval Madness.
They
You
have.
look
They
it up,
have.
it looks like
What
him.
game is that? I have it. I have the game.
It looks like him.
Yeah. Bubble
Somewhat.
Bobbles. See, okay, I know. Once
I
again,
don't
I would
care for
rather
Bubble
have
Bobble.
this whole side be Bubble Bobble. And have it
I
be
don't want
yellow.
bubble. I don't want bubble.
I hear you, Steve. There you go.
I want no. I what I want on there is Space Invaders. Everything else.
Yeah, Space Invaders can stay. They could do like Elevator Action or what are some other title ones? Operation Wolf.
Dr.
They have a
Seuss.
bunch.
I'd rather see a Dr. Seuss on here somewhere.
Hell yeah, Dr. Seuss would be cooler than this.
And that's one of the originals.
Oh yeah,
right? They made that. Make the whole thing Dr. Seuss. That would be cool.
Man,
I'd love to
and
see
what about like all those like the pack where they have where it's like the museum and they have all the different things like the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
That
Dr.
at least the
Seuss,
art is cool. That art is cool. The
Put
Ice
Dr.
Age
Seuss on
art.
one side, Dr. Seuss
Yeah.
one side, the dinosaurs on the other side.
What about if they did?
Well,
What about if they did one side Magic Pixel and one side Taito?
Yeah.
Or something, and then or they could do even their own. They have their own type. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
they
know.
got
I don't
their
think
own.
it's Magic, but they have their own like, with the Dr. Seuss and the that's what I'm getting at. I think the art they need to relook at it and like incorporate more of the brand of AtGames, like the broadness of like the type of
Some of their
tables they have. Yeah.
I mean, I know they can't do this because it would be too expensive, but it'd be cool if they could like 3 versions,
Mm.
a Dr. Seuss version, and but I know they won't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be cool to do it like a Dr. Seuss because that's one of their original pinballs.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe pull more properties than just the Zakaria,
I mean, I'd love to see a Dr. Seuss theme.
I guess they are kind of doing that now. I mean, this side's Zakaria and the other side was the Taito with Space Invaders. So they're kind of doing it, but
just do one.
They need to revamp the art.
Be proud of the games that you came out with, right?
Yeah, they came out with some good pinball games.
Do one of the new ones, a Killer Instinct on one side. That's one of their new ones they're going to come up with.
I know
for this machine. Right? It's for this machine, Killer Instinct. Do the Killer Instinct. Boom. It's going to be one of their originals. They're making that one, right?
Yeah.
Make it boom. Be proud of that license and make it a Killer Instinct. Be done. That would look cool. That would look so cool. What else is coming?
Hobby Hands has a cool idea. Imagine if they put magnetic side panels. If there was just like a magnet in each corner, and that they just like they stuck to it. They were magnetic.
And then you can come out.
I don't think they'll do that because I think it is like a sticker. It's like a vinyl wrap, and then you just like. I think it is like vinyl wrap, like stickers.
Well, it is vinyl, but you can make it where it's like wood, and then just have magnets on the 4 corners or wherever, and then put a generic one on for shipping, and then sell other skins in your store.
And Goofyfoot says he thinks all the art styles need to be the same. That's what I'm talking about. It's like they don't even look like they go together. It's like you have Bubble Bobble does not belong with the it doesn't look unified.
No. They have magnetic based sign stuff like used on cars. Yeah, they do have like magnetic paint. They do, they do. You can buy magnetic paint now. You just paint the whole cabinet magnetic and then sell panels for it, just like they did for the ALU.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. But yeah, I think they should do, since like Killer Instinct. What is the other ones they're coming out with? Battletoads. I know there's 4 new pinball tables coming for the 4K. That's the things they should be putting on here. The new titles coming on just 4K. The Battletoads on one side, Killer Instinct on the other side. Boom, Dan. I mean, that would look awesome.
Yeah.
And they're going to be the original tables for just the 4K. So I mean, that's the route they should go for the art.
Could you imagine if they did something like they had something where you got to vote on the art?
Yeah.
Like they came out with like maybe like 2 or 3 different designs, and then the community voted to pick what the most popular art was. How cool would that be? What an opportunity that would be for someone to really have something where it's a really fan-driven product, That
would be cool. And then you can't complain because it's like, well, if you didn't vote,
the community picked it. We picked it.
Yep.
This is what won. I mean,
if you didn't vote, shame on you.
Don't like it, I mean, otherwise you're going to get Rainbow Island. You're going to get Josie and the Pussycats, Burger King. I won't say anything bad about Bubble Bobble or Space Invaders. I love those games, but I mean, the choices are odd and then the triangle thing is ridiculous looking. It totally does not go together.
No, not at all.
It's like,
Yeah, I think they should use their new titles,
What?
Killer Instinct and Battletoads.
You don't like barbecue sauce on your ice cream? What's wrong with you? It just doesn't go together.
Who said
Like,
that?
you know what they get? You know what they do get right though? The engineering, like the bones of this thing. Like I'm confident that the engineering is going to be great because that's something that they really got right on almost all their on a lot of their products.
Yeah, because this art skin, even if it comes out with this, you can buy skins for this through.
But it's already expensive. Like, wouldn't it be great if like we didn't have to pay another $200 to make it where it's something we want to look at? Carlos says, yeah, read his. He's dead on.
Carlos said they could show different skins and have us vote. I swear they did that before. Yeah,
I think that would be a great PR for them too. I mean, how cool would that be? That would
Get
show
people
that
involved.
that would
Get
show
people
that
involved.
they care about their community, and this is a premium product. I don't expect this is going to be cheap. I mean, I would rather have it. Even if I didn't like the art, I'd rather have the community pick it. Even if I didn't like it, that's fine. If I don't like it, I'm perfectly fine with not liking it. But if it was what the community wanted, I would be totally down for it. I would be like, they made the right choice.
Well, the thing is, I think if the community voted, I think it would look probably pretty cool. I think whoever who picked what, I think it would probably end up better than this. What
about a contest for a fan to create the art for the pinball? That's even a better idea. High Scores on Tap had a good idea. The thing about pinball is as a product, a pinball machine as a product, the art is what pulls you into either into playing it and loving it. If I look at a lot of the classic pinball tables, the art is really one of the things that is so great about pinball. They usually have amazing art on pinballs to pull you in to play them. So
look at Goofyfoot said they did that with the micro pin, and this is one that got picked. Oh no! So I guess this is a fan picked art for the micro pinball. Yeah. Oops.
I know that. Oops.
I guess it didn't work out very good on that one.
It didn't work out very good. Goofy. Make him some art. Says he was a graphic designer. Yeah. Goofy knows AtGames. Goofyfoot knows AtGames.
Yep. Yeah, they can come up with something better.
That's side art, man. Josie and the Pussycats and Burger King on one side, and Rainbow Island and Rainbows on the other side. I no.
Remember,
some kind of robot up here.
In other words, if you don't like the art,
I hate to say what that looks like. I'm not even going to say what that robot looks like.
Oh, here you go. This is cool.
Some may find this important.
Yeah.
Here's a good example of something that is going to change. The front of the machine may look familiar to you already. However, remember this is the version 1.0 machine, and there is already a 1.1 being built. The faux coin door here will instead look more like this ringer. The coin door will be dropped lower and will have light up LEDs. If you were to put a coin in the coin slot, it will actually fall down to the bottom coin return. It's one of those cool features that
I think that's cool.
That is cool. I like that feature. That's a cool feature.
The ALP
more immersive. Probably pretty cheap to execute, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, you're going to have light up marquee. Those buttons they have on now are going to be moved up.
So okay, not to flog a dead horse here, but Goofyfoot says they did that with a micro pin with the art contest, and this is the one that got picked, but they only had 4 to vote from.
I wonder what the other 3 look like. Well, they must have been worse.
I mean, hard to believe that they're worse than this.
I think what they need to do is, but it's too late now because they're going to come out.
Maybe it's too late to do this, but
if they would have, one way to get the community involved would have been start the contest out as okay, fans come out with art, and then you pick the top 5 or top 4, and then you say okay, fans vote for the best art that you want, and so it's like a 2-stage. That's what they should have done, but
I would love to have AtGames do something where I could engage my viewers in some kind of poll or something. That would be amazing because I would love that.
The one I
But-
voted for was Bubble Bobble on one side, Space Invaders on the other side. So how did that not happen? The one I voted for was Bubble Bobble on one and Space Invaders on the other. So that was only one art on each side. And that one lost. What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you sound like we're doing the Rexer grunts.
You think art at games with your art? You make me sound like Rexers over here. You gotta stop. I can't believe that one didn't win. Bubble Bobble on one side and Space Invaders on the other. That one would look cool.
You know, I know At Games at least has P Dubs and Michael B as big supporters. I mean, they did like an art contest or like a art thing. I think it would be good. You know, I would definitely promote it.
Oh yeah, I would too.
Because you know, you're giving the community a choice, but yeah.
Well, you got to come out with some better art though.
The better art, yeah.
Speakers and an 8-inch HD DMD on the front. The buttons will be the same as on the Legends Pinball HD.
One more thing, T. One more thing about the art, because no one's mentioning the art. They're glossing by it. Like everyone that I see talking about it has not mentioned the art except for us, for the most part. I mean, we're talking about the art not being great. One more thing I would like to fly by is you want to learn how to make a good skin, good art. You know, go see the Buy Stuff store and the graphics that they have as aftermarket. I'm not saying to steal their graphics. I'm saying to get an idea of what is possible. You know, maybe give us some stock art that is a little bit more like what the aftermarket people are doing. Because, I mean, there's so many good art skins for the ALP. I think it could be done much better. And that's just my opinion.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a multi-keyed art.
Doesn't have to be.
Wow.
Yeah, just make it cool, you know.
Yeah. Even if it's like their own design.
Dinosaurs are cool, you know. Dinosaurs are cool. They have that Amazon table. They have the Ice Age table. They have the Dr. Seuss stuff, which is awesome. What about if Dr. Seuss was just one side of that back box on one side? You know, I'm saying there's cool stuff that they could be doing that they're missing. Maybe, you know, like I said, it'd be worth hiring a graphic designer to get some because once you have this thing, you're stuck with the art.
No, you're not. Unless
you want to skin it, but that's a pain. You got all them buttons and stuff. That I don't want to get into all that.
My buttons are easy to replace, but I'm going for the Ghostbusters theme on it. I'm going to paint the legs green.
You're going to skin yours anyway. No matter what, you're going to skin it.
Unless they came out with some really cool art. They came out with real cool art, wouldn't it? But I don't like the design, man. I don't want to look at it every day. I don't want to look at rainbows every day.
Yeah, I don't want to look at Rainbow Island, and I'll be looking at that every day. Let's be honest. Michael J. Productions, Games and Movies says, let's be honest here. At Games always drops the ball in the aesthetic appeal. It's almost like they need a fresh set of eyes before they do a final release. And that's what my point is, you know. Hire a graphic designer or do an art contest, or like take some honest feedback. I love At Games, but I don't love this art. I do love At Games. I'm very happy with all the At Games products I bought, but I don't love this art. That's just my opinion. You know?
I don't like. But most people in the chat doesn't like the art, so we're not the only ones.
You know, and it, you know, the engineering is great. I'm sure that they're going to nail it on that because they're good at it. But the art could use some work.
Yeah, I just think they need to do something like they did for ALU, where you can change the skin if you want. There's ways to do that.
Yeah, there is, but
you know, but they did it for ALU.
Once again, there are ways to do it, but it'd be better if we didn't have to. That's my point.
Oh, I know.
It would be better if we didn't have to. It's like
just come out with the Ghostbusters one, so I don't have to do anything.
Yeah, there you go. Skin it, Ghostbusters. Even though you don't have a Ghostbusters pinball table,
we'll make one.
Yeah, there you go.
They can make one. Come on, dude! I just love that look on that Stern Ghostbusters. I think buy stuff do custom. We'll have to change something around a little bit so it doesn't look exactly like Stern's, but.
My dream is, you know, with Arcade One Up not really making any more pinballs. I mean, I just wish At Games would get Pinball Effects. Then they would have all that great I mean, maybe it's just a pipe dream and it'll never happen, but it'd be great if we could play some of that stuff natively without having to use a PC.
Yeah, Ghostbusters is awesome, man. This third Ghostbusters, if you haven't seen it, go look at it. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't
Again,
like putting on artwork. It's very stressful for me because like you spend all that money and then if you get a bubble or something, it's like, oh man, I don't know. It's like it's hard to apply artwork.
Well, I don't know how buy stuff's decals are, but like the Mr. Do I did, they had a new technology where you pull off the backing of it, and they have a see-through film that goes on like on top of the art,
Okay.
and it has a bunch of holes in it that they're microscopic, you can't see them. So you put the back on to the side panel, and then you peel off that clear plastic that was on top. As you're peeling that off, the air comes out of the decal and it comes out smooth.
Oh, okay. Wow. That is high tech.
It was so easy to put that. I was so nervous to do it. And I did it. I'm like, man, that was freaking easy as hell. And it's all because of that technology where they use that, film that has like little air, dots in it.
Well, you just got some stickers from Buy Stuff Store. You'll know something about from putting those stickers on your riser.
Yeah, you think they'll be the same? Probably.
Not. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't know.
Maybe it's the same quality as what they use for aftermarket art. But
I mean, it's only $8, so for 3 pieces, I wouldn't think it would be that quality. Okay, what's going on? Coin door is really cool. I'm glad they're gonna have like a somewhat operated coin door with lit up lights on it. That's pretty cool. Same plunger.
yeah, the plunger is great. Don't change that. Don't change the accelerometer either. They got that down.
I use the
Works
arcade
good.
control panel, which also works with the Legends 4K. You may also notice here there is no HDMI or USB ports on the top panel. Here you'll only find the volume up, down, and channel button with a green LED. So where did all the ports go, you may ask? You'll find them all located more conveniently at the back of the machine. The plastics here will be improved.
I don't know if I like the USBs being back there.
Port is wet. For instance, you'll have 3 HDMI inputs for connecting to a PC or other device, and there will be 1 USB 3 port.
Better than hanging off the front of it. Like right now, they're on the inside of the front back box.
You'll find a feature I actually have.
Well, isn't it USB though, where you can add games on top of it?
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, now I was going to put mine against the wall, so if I want to add anything through a USB, I'll have to like pull it away from the wall to do
Pull
that.
it out. Yeah.
I don't like that.
Amount of input
USB hub is cheap. You can put USBs wherever you want. Then
Yeah, true.
just get a powered USB hub. You can put them wherever you want them.
I don't want the off and on and off for the marquee. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
You'll save some money. Look, they won't have to put this button in here. The off,
Look at that. They're saving the button. They're saving, think of all the money they could be saving.
the LED, the strip.
They could hire a graphic designer to do us some art.
Yeah.
And happy to report, we now have
I'm not happy.
medium and a high setting. So
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be there.
It doesn't need to be there. If they have to have it, like
Now we'll discuss some.
They don't have to
I
have
guess they don't have to have it. It's
And the Legends HD.
Whoever came up with that idea over there. Who came up with that over there at Games? You're fired.
First, the Legends HD.
Now you can see here, it's quite a bit higher.
yeah,
The new
yeah.
one compared to the
It
other
does
one.
look higher, and it needs to be. It needs to be. That was a huge thing that people didn't like. Was the height was too low.
You can see the legs are exactly the same, but look at the box itself. It goes way down here.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
compared to this one. So it looks.
Yeah.
I think he says in here is like 2.5 inches high or something. And I think he has the bottom wheel things, whatever. I think he has them all the way in. So if he brought out the wheel or whatever the feet,
Yeah,
You
the
brought-
feet they extend a little bit. Yeah.
so extend that, you might get another inch.
Yeah.
So
Has silver legs.
I had to put furniture risers under my legs so I could play it
Okay.
standing
While
up.
that game sent the black legs, and they definitely look sharp. The same legs can be ordered and fit just fine on the Legends HD as well.
People are going to put that control panel on it too.
From the ground.
I know
to the
I
top
am.
of the apron,
Yeah, I mean, once you have that control panel, you never go back to wanting that other panel that they have with the little joystick.
For taller folks, I'm rather short and only
I'll
5'5".
swap it out if it's compatible.
From either machine. and I like
Yeah,
that
just
it
just
is
over 2 inches taller.
Mhm.
The body style does look more like a traditional pinball machine, as the cabinet height from the front has been increased from 8.9 inches on the HD to now 11.5 inches on the 4KP. The marquee is actually less prominent.
Whoa.
It's about a half an inch shorter
Get rid of it.
compared to the Legends.
How about 0 inches?
Coming in at just under 3
You're right. Someone needs just to make like a little bezel that pops over it. You screw it in.
box. This is the most
It
exciting.
just like take out those screws and it just covers it.
Machines. The HD display is 15.6 inches, but the 4KP display is 23.8 inches, which is an eighth.
Look at that. Look at the difference in the screens, man. I mean,
Yeah, it looks
huge.
good. Yeah, that they
Huge.
got that right. That looks good.
Yeah. It's huge.
0.2-inch difference between the two. There is also a dedicated.
And look at that screen right there. Look at the old one, how faded it is with this light here. You can't even barely see the light on the new one.
Yeah.
See how the old one's so faded from the light? He's shining on it. You can't even see that light on the new one.
Yeah.
8-inch DMD.
There it is down there.
Yeah.
There it is. DMD looks good to me. Looks big enough.
And once again, the DMD gets the art off of the back glass where it shouldn't be in the first place.
Yep.
Which actually makes it where you see the whole design.
I mean, even the speakers do look a lot bigger. I mean, look at how big they look compared to these ones.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, if they lose that marquee and they could put a little AtGames on those speaker grills, I wouldn't complain.
Yeah, if they use this design right here, got that neon green light, that would look so cool on the speaker.
That look cool, and just make some speaker grills with that on it.
Heck yeah. Now you got your logo twice.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
AtGames, we're giving you all good ideas here.
Or similar device such as the ROG Ally or a Steam Deck, and configured independently. Everything about this machine is much faster than what we're used to on the Legends HD. That's thanks to the much faster Arcade 3588 CPU. One cool design aspect is that you can remove these screws and slide out the mainboard. All from the back, you don't have to open up the cabinet. But here's what the current version 1.0 mainboard looks like. There are a lot of changes implemented in the version 1.0.
Why not skin it to the dinosaur table?
In this particular version.
Yep.
But I'm sure some will still
that would be cool.
to see it.
Because dinosaur pinballs aren't popular. No one likes Jurassic Park.
4K user interface. The display,
like one of the top Stern pinballs of all time.
Experience in 4K. In this video, we covered the vast majority of the technical details. In the next video,
the surprising thing, T, was I wanted to love the dinosaur table the most, but the table out of this pack I liked the most was the Ice Age one.
Really?
The Woolly Mammoth. Oh man, that table is so awesome.
Why don't you skin it with that one then? Ice Age.
I'm saying there's like cool stuff. Like
they got some cool tables, man. Why not use
cool tables?
They see that's where they can do their original design of their own pinball.
Yeah.
You have your own original pinball tables. Use it. Use your art on your own tables.
That's what I'm saying. But
it's like you don't have to use Taito and other Zakura and all that.
Yeah.
Use your own. I'd be happy with a Dr. Seuss or a Grinch.
Yeah.
Or dinosaurs or Ice Age. I mean, damn, you got so many to choose from.
Have fun playing some tables.
And definitely get rid of the triangle thing.
Thank you so
make
much
it more unified, the art.
This video informative. Please click the like button. And if you haven't already,
I never realized the original one had that triangle motif too on the art.
I look forward to talking.
Oh, you never did?
Well, it's like now that they show them side by side, I see it, but I always kind of like looked at the different tables, but it's similar.
Yeah, I wanted to throw this picture out because it was hard to see on his because he had that big old he had a big old marquee up here where you can see where it had the purple. So I covered that up.
Cover that up. Cover that mug up. There's the difference.
There's the real difference there. That's huge.
That original AOP looks like a toy. Looks like a toy compared to this monster.
I know, right? Here, we zoom in a little bit more.
Much bigger.
Look at that. I mean, it's huge. It looks like a giant compared to the original one. I mean, everything's just so much bigger in that DMD, man. Yeah. To me, it looks pretty. It's the right size.
I'm going to go way back. My opinion, all the way from way back when they first showed it, was that the back box was jacked up and it was too small and it was not great. And this is a much better back box outside of the marquee. The marquee is a huge mess, but other than that, it's great. You know, I'm fine with
Yeah.
it.
Look at like a real pinball. The back box is bigger than the machine itself.
Yeah.
So it's sticking out over the edge, which is nice. It's nice. And it has the pin, like a pinball shape now to it too. The back box.
It looks good.
Where the other one I think is just square, wasn't it? The one like the you have?
Yeah.
Isn't it just a square?
Yeah, it's just a square.
But yeah, that gives you a more accurate what it really gonna look like. Because with his oversized marquee over there, you couldn't really tell the difference.
Yeah, I'm confident. I'm confident in the engineering. AtGames, they have the engineering down. It's going to be good as far as technical standpoint.
Coro said the OG AOP back box looks better than this picture represents. Yeah, it does. I mean, the back box now does look good, but this new one, man, is going to look awesome. I'm looking at the DMD.
The new one's way better. No one's going to say that first one is better than the other one, though.
No.
I mean, it's like the first one's all bezel, and that's initially what I said too when I first saw it. It's like, man, it's all bezel.
Oh yeah, it is.
And it has a marquee. Like how much bezel there is on that on the
Yeah.
original ALP.
And look, I never really noticed that. Look,
It's like,
everywhere.
man, that's way too much bezel.
Yeah, wow. Especially up here where there's stupid marquee.
I know.
But yeah, I'm looking down here at this DMD. They definitely could have got a 10-inch in here. There's plenty of room between the speaker and the DMD.
Yeah,
but I'm not complaining.
They could have went a little bigger on the DMD.
But yeah, they could have went with the 10-inch for sure. I'm just glad they have it. It's one upgrade I do not have to do. So I'm happy with the 8-inch. Would I love to have a 10-inch? Of course, but I'm happy with the 8-inch. I just want to see if you could have room for that, and they do. I imagine some people will probably upgrade that, but it's not something I'm going to do. But yeah, look, there's hardly any bezel around anything.
Yeah,
on here.
that looks better. Looks way better.
This screen here almost goes all the way to the edge. You just got a little thin.
Yeah, Goofyfoot says it's lazy art design. That's what I would tell a person if they worked for me. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be critical. I might not use the word lazy, but they definitely could do better. They could do better. Get some fresh eyes on it. Get someone, get someone that's into graphic arts to maybe give you some guidance.
Have a good night, MJP.
Take care.
Yeah, so I'm excited. And like I said, I'm pretty much happy with everything except for this marquee and the artwork. That's the only two criticisms I have: marquee and the artwork. But the artwork, we have a chance. I don't think we have a chance with the marquee.
I don't think we have that much of a chance. I think it's going to be this. No, they could make changes, but I would be surprised.
Well, I think if they got enough criticism, they might change the art, but I don't know. Those people that voted for it on the mini are not going to vote against it. They're going to vote for it again.
Team Triangle art and rainbows.
Okay, I guess it's in for that. I'm excited though.
Yeah, lots of good. There's a little bit of room for improvement, but there's lots of stuff they're doing right, which is good.
The cool thing too is it's set up already for the SSF kit. That's cool too. You can make this thing look like a Stern pinball, man, with the freaking subwoofer on the bottom, like they have. Only thing they need to add is you just need a shaker motor in there.
Yep,
it'd be really. Rock. But you never know. They might sell that accessory. Who knows? We'll see. But I'm excited that they're going to have the SSF kit available, and it's already pre-drilled for it and all that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the artwork is fixable.
Yeah, even if you have to do it yourself, it's fixable. If you have to go third market, it's fixable. What's most likely I'm going to go Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
we'll see. All right, next on agenda. Do this real quick. It is time for.
It's time for Carl of the Week.
All right. Carl's game of the week. Pop it up there. Do I have it on there? There it is. Can you read it? It's a biomechanical toy Pretty cool artwork. Pretty cool marquee on there, I guess. Yes. Marquee, right? Bob Brad will appreciate this one. Yeah, a little video I made, man. I didn't do the greatest, but I did take a snapshot of. I did get a higher score than on my little gameplay here. Oh, there's Bob Brad.
Yeah, sorry.
The game of the week is Biomechanical Toy.
Awesome.
You ever play it?
Yes, it was on iArcade.
Yep. Okay, I'll do my little gameplay of this.
Awesome.
Oh no, that's my some little snapshot. Where's my gameplay? There it is. See how terrible I did.
This game is kind of trippy. Did you find this game kind of trippy?
Yeah, reminds me a little bit of Sonic.
Like, I always say that this guy looks like the guy that runs Galloping Ghost Arcade.
Definitely got the 80s hair.
Got the ponytail, rocking the sunglasses, the cut-off shirt.
Look like great shooting. Come on. Just hit those arcade one buttons. Yeah, I'm shooting everywhere, man. I don't think you can shoot those. No. Tell me, got him? He gets a little special powers here for a little bit. Get these lemons. Get extra credit. And you can't bounce on those dudes, but this game reminds me a little bit of like Sonic, where you jump on those people. The stupid flower gave me a hard time every damn time.
I mean, the art style is very crazy in this game.
Health back. Yeah, the art's pretty cool. You got like almost like a 3D.
Very cool.
It's from 1995.
It's like very surreal.
When I jump forward. Stupid. Getting frustrated over there. Man, I thought I had it.
Such a cool game.
Oh, no. Okay. Get my credit. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I got 2 lives now.
I've never played it all the way to the end. I need to like.
Oh, you haven't?
I need to grind through it and get to the end. Yeah, I want to see the ending.
Yeah, I just ended up doing one credit.
How far you get on 1 credit? Doing pretty good.
Those things get me every damn time, man. The stupid horse dude. The stupid bombs.
This screams 80s art. Yeah.
Yeah. No. He's trying to draw me in.
Good, yeah.
Almost to the end. Yes.
Awesome.
Finally made it in one try.
Look at that. Exploded into stars.
Yeah, if I would have hit him to
That
blow him
is
up, you got
cool.
more points.
Look at that. I mean, like, this is so crazy. Art on this is really bizarre.
Yeah, the music's pretty good too.
It is. It's pretty fun. We have the castle boss next.
You got 3 lives.
This dude, man.
This guy, man, you're messing me up.
Yes, he does.
Awesome. It's like what is it, like Alice in Wonderland? Almost sounds like an Alice in Wonderland kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Very trippy, very, very, very different.
Oh, I got him.
You're rocking it. You're rocking it. That worked.
Meet to the flag.
Yeah, there's the castle.
No. We just stepped in.
Castle.
That dude's a pain in the ass.
That
That's why
checkerboard, it reminds me of Vans. Remember Vans sneakers? They always had the checkerboard. Vans sneakers.
Man, that's tough. So there you go, guys. That's the game of the week. Hope you enjoy
Game
it.
of the week. Good pick, Carlo. Good pick. Good pick.
And I did get a little higher score after that. I played it one more time after that, and I got this score. Got
Yeah, like the
605,
Jim Phillips art from Santa Cruz Skateboards. Exactly. Goofy Foot's absolutely 100% correct. This reminds me of.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know, my
awesome.
first car. That reminds me. My first car was a Plymouth station wagon, and the reason why I'm bringing it up is because I had a giant Santa Cruz slime ball sticker on the back. I mean, that sticker must have been like 2.5 feet with the slime ball Santa Cruz logo. That's pretty cool. It's kind of like Rat Fink, you know, like that hot rod art style.
Yeah.
And I had that on the back of this giant red station wagon. That was my first car. But yeah, that's great. It brought me back because he said Santa Cruz. It was a Santa Cruz sticker, I think.
I don't know, Carlo, what was your score on this? I know Pop Brad didn't have a chance to play it. I don't know, Carlo, what's your score on this? That's my highest right there is 605, 260. The highest I got so far.
Yeah, and once again, you could play this a lot of ways. You could play it on Coin Ops. You could play it on the Raspberry Pi. You could have played it on iArcade if you bought it. You know, just a ton of ways to play this game.
Yeah, I never heard of it.
It's all about the games.
Carlo brought it up. Like, I never heard of that one ever.
Played on a PC with MAME.
Yeah, by PC. Yep.
Of course. Very cool.
So that was the game of the week from Carlo.
Week.
Yeah, I wonder if they have that on Steam. Do they have that on Steam?
I don't know.
We could give that game away, but I don't know. I didn't really look. See if Steam has that or not. Steam has a lot of different games. They have some older ones too, which was
258,250 on 1 quarter. What is that?
Man.
Wow, that was loud.
Yeah, it was. That was Windjammers. That was Windjammers 2 again.
Windjammers 2. That was a huge giveaway. That was awesome.
Doesn't look like. What was it again? Biomechanical
toy.
Nah, it doesn't look like they have it. And even though I spelled it wrong, but
yeah, I don't have that.
Don't look like they have it. A little too old.
But have you noticed what's been on my iArcade this whole time?
I can't quite read it.
No?
Yeah, I thought you had something different on there. Maybe a blaster. On which one?
Oh, I don't know. Something's on there.
I see blaster.
Uh-huh. Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat.
Oh, is that on your arcade? Oh, on your arcade.
Yeah. All the time I had Mortal Kombat on the arcade. How cool is that? Anyway.
That wasn't one of the ones that came with it. They didn't have Mortal Kombat, did they?
No. That would be modding.
I guess I beat
Karnak is another one they made.
So I beat Carlo, huh? He had what, 258, 250. All right. I beat him, man. I beat him. Beat Carlo, suckers.
Man.
Now you gotta beat my other high score now, Carlo. What was it? Pop that sucker up there again. 605, 260 is my high score right now.
605, 260.
Yep. Yes, sucker.
So how's the move? You feel like you're moved in now?
Yeah. Still got a bunch
Getting
of boxes.
Yeah.
Still got a bunch of boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty much moved in. We got everything we use every day.
You still chilling by the pool? It was insanely hot today here in Louisiana. It was ridiculous. We had a heat index warning. It was so hot.
Actually, today was one of the cooler days here. It was been
That's
feeling
good.
like in the hundreds. Today I think it felt like in the 90s.
Yeah. Well, wow. Well,
on 1 quarter sucker. Mine was 1 quarter too. Yeah, it's just been ridiculous. It's been almost. I mean, the pool water the other day was like at 92. It's like bath water almost. It's a little too hot. It's not too cold though.
Yeah,
maybe a little too hot. But it cooled off a little bit. Today was excellent. Today was actually a nice day.
Well, good.
All right, we got one last thing to do. We need that many people in here, but Arcade Wars is just 2 cabinets.
Just 2 cabinets.
Just 2.
We can do that.
Welcome to Arcade Wars.
Okay.
What do we got, T?
We just got 2. This is the finales. Since we just got 2, we have Disc of Tron Environmental Cab versus Star Wars.
Ooh, that is a tough. That's going to be dividing. That's going to be divisive. It's going to split us for sure.
Where is it?
Those are 2 of the best environmental cabs of real arcades.
Yeah,
for sure. Those are 2 really good ones.
Look at that thing.
You got a video?
Look at the oh shit. Yeah.
Okay. Throw that up. Throw that mug up. There we go. Wow.
There it is.
Man, how cool is that?
Like I said, the one on ours, man, actually had curtains over the doors.
Oh, they had curtains when you get into it? Wow, that must
be
really
when you
cool.
close the curtains, man, you really felt
Like the black light. Yeah, the black lights. The black light.
It was so damn cool. Felt like you were really there, man, because couldn't see the arcade. And I always thought that was cool.
You look at that. You're standing on the disc.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the first time
on the disc.
When the first time I played this, man, I just was memorized by that. You know, I was like, that's so damn cool. Man. Yeah. I was like, that's so cool. Once again, why can Arcade 1UP do this version?
Greetings. Master Control Program has chosen you to serve.
Well, you get the speech, don't you? You get the speech with Arcade 1UP?
Hell no.
You don't get the speech?
Nope.
They gave you half the game.
Yep. They suck.
They didn't give the speech. How can they do the game without the speech? They could add it as an option at least.
I don't know. You could turn it on or off, right? But they cheapen out once again.
The push-pull spinner. This is a very unique control scheme with the push-pull spinner.
Yep. Yeah, there it is.
And then the flight stick style joystick,
which is probably the same one as their first one, but just with the button on it, though. I imagine. Yeah. But even look at the artwork on it. I mean, artwork's a little different than the first one too. Mm-hmm. You know, it's pretty cool. And then here's the Star Wars.
What? And those cabs, many of them got scrapped. They got scrapped. They just would like literally cut them up. It's sickening. A lot of those cabs just got scrapped.
Why?
I've actually seen like places where they literally have cut that cab in half, so they could just like have less space. I know. It's sacrilege. But I saw one where they literally cut it in half, like because it was all one piece. It was not easy to move.
You do get the speech on my retro pie.
Yeah,
I hear you,
retro
Vans.
pie.
We don't have it on Arcade 1-Up. Once again, they didn't do the cap justice.
The pie should not be better than a dedicated arcade cabinet.
And that was one of the number one complaints people had with Arcade 1-Up Tron.
I got an opportunity to play in one of these at Stringer Films' house. He has one of these.
The Star Wars one?
Yeah, that exact cab. The environmental, a real one. Yep.
Red 5 standing by.
Awesome.
Yeah, Atari and Vector. I mean, this was great for when it came out, man. It was amazing. Like you were stepping into the movie.
Oh, I know. With the voices in it,
and you got to remember, I mean, we were playing stuff like Zaxxon, like this 3D wireframe art was really cool because we were playing stuff that was a lot more primitive, like Xevious and Zaxxon, and trying to think of like what games would have been around when this was around. This was pretty cutting edge.
Yeah.
At the time when it was released.
82, this was released, right?
I think so.
Okay. Let's put the poll up. Let's see what was with that. And then there's Discutron, the two vote for there, suckers.
Wow, that's a tough one, man. That was a tough one.
Let's throw it in the chat there. Got a whole lot of people left.
So we're voting on just the cabinet design, huh? Not which game we think is better.
Yeah, just a cab. It's always a cab.
Just the cabinet design. Which cabinet design do you think was more interesting? Yeah, look at that Darth Vader on the side of that Star Wars cab. That is really good looking, man. And it had that marquee in the back.
Yeah, and that lit up too.
Yeah, it does light up.
I don't remember on Discutron did that back light up. I can't remember.
I don't think so.
I wonder if the marquee did up here though.
Like I said, a lot of Discutron got cut in half. Like you could see when you go to Arcade Expos, they just cut that back. They literally cut that back half off with like a saw.
Like right here?
Right there, yes. And then they just kept it, but they cut that back half off.
Man, I would just take the back piece, man. I can stick it in my Tron now.
I'm telling you, I just saw one where they did that, and I was like, ugh.
I mean, the floor was so cool on that too, and they cut that off. I want to say that floor was, I don't think it was wood. It was made out of something else. I think it had a grip to it too, if I remember. Yeah. But yeah, both are awesome.
Yeah.
Both are nice. Yep. But Tron had our 80s purple lights, UV, so it looked
Disney had them where they only allowed them to put 2 letters in for the high scores for the Tron game. I always thought that was a weird thing.
Because you can do swear words.
Swear words.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen a Discutron since the 80s either. Man, that thing is so damn cool, though.
Yeah, I just saw one not that long ago. But it was actually, like I said, it was the environmental cab, but they cut it off.
Why?
I don't know. It's sacrilege, but apparently it happened a lot because it's such a big ass cab.
Yeah,
and I don't think it fits through a door. That was another reason because of the height. It's tall.
Yeah, it was tall.
Because you stand up in there. You stand up when you play. You don't sit down. If you look at the Star Wars, you sit down. It's like, you stand when you play the Discutron.
But you felt immersed.
More immersive.
You can't even get one on eBay.
Wow, we got a 50-50. Oh no, it just changed. Star Wars is winning 60-40.
Yeah, I mean, if you just go on the internet, man, there's not even any for sale as far as I see. Is that one
Like
place?
you said, a lot were destroyed. It was pretty rare to begin with.
Oh, Vintage Arcade Superstore has one. Guess how much it is?
I'm afraid to ask. I'm sure it's very expensive.
They have one. Guess the price.
$10,000. 10 grand.
No.
Lower or higher?
Higher.
Higher than 10 grand.
Yep.
Wow. Well, it doesn't matter to me. It's not
$11,000.
Wow.
Probably because, I mean, they're so damn rare. Yeah, damn, $11,000 for that. I don't know if that's. I think that Vintage Arcade. I think they sell out of stock. Out of stock at 11,000. Wonder how many they sold. Because I think that Vintage Arcade. I think they sell original ones, and they just clean them up. So wow, $11,000 for that environment, dude. I mean, where would I put that if I bought one? In my garage? I want to fit through my doorways into the house.
Oh, fit through your doorway into the house. That's why a lot of them got sawed in half. Like I said, man, this wasn't very practical on the design.
Yeah, Hobby Hand says same price as a pinball because it's just so big.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's definitely a rarity.
I wonder how tall that was. 6 foot, you think, or over 6? You think? I can't remember.
I don't know.
When I was a kid, it looked humongous. When I was a kid, it's like, damn, look at that damn thing. It's a beast.
Yeah, it is a beast. It is a beast.
Maybe Hobby Hands can make one.
Oh yeah.
That'd take a lot of wood to make that thing. Cool though, man. I mean,
it is cool. It's very cool. No doubt about that.
Very, very cool. And just the colors on the outside, man. It lights up. I can't remember where the black lights were on there. Of course, they had it underneath the monitor, but I'm not sure. There was one in the back, or maybe it was on top, maybe, and shot down on you. Maybe I think that's probably what it was. I bet it was on the roof. Was the other black light?
Cool
for that. That's how it's shining down on that disc on the floor. Hobby Hand says no room.
No room for that one.
Common sense. All they needed to do would be place hydraulic jacks on this. They would have created an even bigger experience. Yeah, that would be cool to have hydraulics on it. Like the Afterburner had that, right? Didn't it have?
Yeah, Afterburner
had hydraulics.
Yeah. It is funny. Every time someone says Arcade 1-Up should make an Afterburner, I'm like, no, they should not. There's no way they could do Afterburner. First of all, that joystick is a crazy thing. It was uniquely made for that game. Secondly, it's plastic molded and it has lights for the warnings, like the lights flash. Yep. There's no way they could ever be able to do that. That is a definite no on that one. Like, well, why don't they do Afterburner? It's like they couldn't pull that off.
They would use Tron's flight yoke.
They could pull off a home version of Spy Hunter easily. They got the yoke. They got the yoke already. You just make a different mold.
Yeah, you just make a different mold. Yep.
You make a different mold with the actual control stick steering wheel that the game has, the arcade game has. They could easily do that. But people would love Spy Hunter is underappreciated. Sorry, I got off track, but I mean it just set me off. Like that is a game that totally could be 100%. That could be their next Star Wars if they did it right.
Because they could probably use the Star Wars flight yoke, just redesign it. That's all. Because it has the buttons in the right spots. Well, almost. Yeah, they do. Because they're on.
Yeah, and pay the couple dollars that it's going to cost to get the music too, because you need to have the correct music.
Yeah, you have to have the correct music. But yeah, I think they could redesign the Star Wars.
Speaking of which, I did Spy Hunter videos and they all got demonetized because of I used the real music. Yeah. They all get demonetized instantly.
Hobby Hand says they can't do Tempest Rate. No way they could do that. Yeah. Hobby Hands is right. They can't do Tempest Rate, so how they can do Afterburner? Correct.
Yeah.
They can't.
Afterburners definitely would never be something they could never execute.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Spy
Go on
Hunter
arcade if you want to play it.
because you think about for Spy Hunter, they have everything. They have
Spy Hunter's easy. Foot pedal,
they
yoke
already have.
controller, basically. They could easily do Spy Hunter.
Yeah, they already got the pedals. They already got the shifter because it's just up and down.
Oh, and it is a great arcade game. Like when you go play that at a real arcade, when you play a real Spy Hunter, it's great. It's great. I love it. I love it. Love it. Every time I go to an arcade that has Spy Hunter, I have to play.
Oh no, it'd be cool to put on Spy Hunter, but they wouldn't do it because I don't think it's the same company. Like Paperboy would actually play on that one.
Yeah, Paperboy, Atari.
Yeah, just because it'd be a little easier to use that.
Yeah.
Well, they had what Spy Hunter and Spy Hunter 2. So what's going on with your lights over there?
My lights are flickering.
Going up and down, or that just a?
I don't know. It's possible. See, we got Star Wars 57%, Discatron 43%. Are we about to call it? Give it a minute or two more. Give it a minute or two more, or is it time to call it? We're back to a gridlock. It's 50-50.
How many people we got in there voting?
8.
We have 9
no,
in
wait,
there.
No, let me see.
Put the last vote in there so we can finish this.
Yeah, send us home.
Send us home with the last vote.
Let's see one more vote. Either way.
Flip coin.
Who do you? I'm sure you picked Tron.
Yep.
Sure, you picked Tron.
You picked Star Wars.
I don't even have to ask what you picked. Yeah, and you know that I picked Star Wars. I mean, come on, it has Darth Vader on the side. How cool is that? I have to pick Star Wars. Sorry.
Yeah, but look, this Tron, you got Tron on there.
I know. I like both of them. I do like both of them. I do like.
You got to go with more unique. Which one's more unique? How many environmental you have standing up?
The Tron is very unique.
Yep, common sense. Just think if I didn't vote Star Wars, we would have one. No, just think if I didn't vote for Star Wars, would have one.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, both of them are pretty cool. I got to go with this with Tron. Everything about it. I mean, look at the controls in there, and the monitor. You got the black light in there. Yeah, Star Wars. I'm surprised they didn't do anything with Star Wars. They could have done a little more on that.
Star Wars is amazing.
They could have put some like the red light in there when you get hit.
That is true. They could have done something like that. But Star Wars is a vector monitor. That in it itself is impressive.
Oh yeah, true.
That is true. Star Wars was a vector game, and vector games have their own unique feel to them and look.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the graphics don't need to be as like it's not like it's its own category really. The vector games. The wireframe art.
Star Wars 1. Rip the dreams.
Did it?
Yeah, 56-44, 9 votes.
1 vote too many.
1 vote too many. Well, unique wise, you got to go with Tron, I think. But
yeah,
unique. Tron's unique. The game itself is unique too, because you've never seen a game like that ever again.
I know. Tron is a rarity. It's time to take that rarity out in the field and blow it up.
No, I can't, man.
It's time to take that rarity out into. It's time. Got to blow it up.
Why are you guys gonna make me do this?
Oh man. Oh, look at that Tron.
Look at that thing. Beautiful thing. How can you do this?
They couldn't get it through a doorway, so they blew it up.
So you had to blow it up.
It stopped working. It stopped working. The monitor collapsed, so they blew it up.
That's one way to get rid of it.
Great show, T. Great show. You've outdone yourself. Good show.
Thanks. And I got one more. The outro is a little. Well, it's not really that different, but I did make an outro too with my.
You made an outro and an intro. You're doing double work. Working class man.
All I did was change the very final scene. Instead of saying the show starts now, it says thanks for watching. That's it. That's watching. Yeah. But hey, at least I changed it though.
Hey, thanks for watching. Stay legit.
Thanks everybody for watching. I have to find the damn thing. Oh, there it is. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks everybody hung out with Hobby Hands and Common Sense and Goofy Foot and Carl O. Thanks, Carl O, for the game of the week.
Yeah.
Thanks, MJP. Thanks, everybody who was in here. Wasn't for you
sure.
guys, we would not be on air at all. So thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. You guys are much of the show as we are. So thank you. I'm going to have to do this a little different. Since I forgot to put it in my StreamYards, throw it in here. Well, get rid of us.